So, it is the day of the... there's a wedding soon. It's not the day off, maybe. I don't know.
So you guys never confirmed the individual day. You just heard it was soon, ran over just as nicely as you could, which, I mean, you want to make a good impression. I'm not arguing. It was just kind of funny to watch.
Yeah.
I think it was just Lovey. No one else had got dressed yet. It was just,
I mean, Lovey wanted to be a good date.
To be fair, you forced the clothes upon me. I wasn't going to, and then the merchants forced clothes upon you to give me.
Yeah, they gave you extra clothes just in case, yeah.
But I will let Ash do the recap in a moment. But no, so tonight is episode 21 of The Adventures of Gorgor and Friends. Should be interesting, as like we were just saying before, like you guys saw us. We're delving deep into the backstory lore of a character that wasn't even intended to be more than a session long. And then obviously we remembered that it ain't the first time that we've done this, because obviously with Ash, our DM, she had a character that was intended to be a one-shot, maybe two-shot in the campaign I run, the one that finished, and then got basically made into one of the pillars of the party, and we're very quickly trying to do that with Segunda Simpinton. So, Ash, if you want to go for it, I will let you take over.
So, where we last left our heroes.
Heroes?
I'm calling you heroes, it's my anime. If you guys don't think you're heroes, that's your business.
What it is, the problem is, because she hasn't got a face cam on, you can't see when she says heroes, the Dr. Evil quote marks. Heroes.
You guys technically tend to do more good than harm. It's very much a technicality, but I'm standing by it.
Heroes by technicality, okay.
That's the party name, right?
What, heroes by technicality? I mean, is that really fair? Because Gorgor's never going to be able to say that.
To be fair, Simpinton was changing your name last session.
Yeah.
No. I just did the posh thing of like...
Gagor, was it? Or something?
Gogor. It was Gogor.
Gorgor and companions rather than Gorgor and friends.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's starting.
Has Ash even done her exposition yet?
Nope.
No.
I was going to say, this is just what this campaign is, and it's entertaining.
Party crossed over the borders and made their way into the western portion of the continent.
Que pasa?
And rather than heading straight for town, they decided, with some of the more recent news they'd acquired of how their favorite paladin's elder brother was getting married, they decided to go crash a wedding, have a bit of fun, say hi, check in. They adventured through a dark, spooky forest, pretty Halloween suited. And they made their way the following morning, very early on, into the manor of one Segunda Simpinton.
And
they were very quickly shuffled off into rooms, into one of the side wings.
I was going to say...
where you saw the lovely layout of the paladin's bedroom.
Yeah, because I was going to say, I thought that's where we ended, where we'd gone to seize Dakimakuras, hadn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I couldn't quite remember if... Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, you guys had been dropped there with the, hey, we'll check in on you in a minute. We're working with a lot of stuff today. Take your time. And, make yourselves comfortable.
Well, this is a pretty big room. I mean, was all of this, like, just for you? Like, you could fit, like, 7 families in here.
These series of rooms, like my little library and this area, my washroom, and yes, this sort of, like, apartment areas, this was all my space.
Why did you leave? It's kind of cool.
Just I needed to find my own way a bit. I fell out with my parents a bit, and I needed to go do something.
Oh, is that when you started like worshipping like Glacier and stuff?
I started before, but like they wanted me to be a holy warrior and go and do that, and then like and then they sort of found me doing stuff that was very much technically the opposite of that, and then they were like, "What are you doing with your life?" And I was like, "I don't know." So then I decided to go and be the White Knight and adventure for a bit.
Oh, okay. And Gorgo's basically, you'll watch as Gorgo's attention slowly slipping away from you as he now starts poaching and moseying around the room, like opening drawers and looking at stuff, looking behind the one scantily clad Glacier fold-away poster in case there's a safe behind it.
Gorgo's kind of like nodding and giving like uh-huhs the further he, like, the more distracted he becomes.
Yeah,
I think everyone knows with Gorgo you have about 30 seconds of conversation.
You've got an elevator pitch's worth. Go.
Yeah.
But yeah, now Gorgo's like full moach mode. Like, he's not gonna take anything, but he's just kind of like opens drawer. Oh, that's cool. And then just like random moaching. Probably knocks a couple stuff over, but yeah.
You were saying, sorry? Segunda?
Segundus, yeah. No, I was just saying, yeah. I don't know. I didn't know what to do in my life. I still don't a bit, and that's why I decided to use Glacier's power and become an adventurer and wander around a bit. And yes.
So, is there anything that we should be made aware of before we step into this?
What way?
Well, like,
Family
because obviously
dynamic.
we're going to try and big you up as much as possible. At like the Loving Day or the Squires and all that kind of jazz. But should we be aware, like, does your brother have 3 heads? You know, that kind of stuff. The stuff that we should be made aware of so we don't make ourselves insult them, if that makes sense.
Oh, no, it's just he's he just seems to be that everyone loves him.
Golden child.
Yes, yes, everything was set out for him. He knew what he was going to do, and he's done it. I think he's got an easy life, to be fair.
And what was his name again?
Jade.
Jade. Do we know who he's marrying?
No, when I left, it was part of the argument I had with my parents was because they were trying to match him with prospective matches, and they were like asking what I wanted as well.
Oh, right, okay. And you disagreed with their matches for you?
I just don't know what I want to do, and he just again it came up with what do you want to do? You don't want to be a holy warrior, you don't want to do this, and I was like, I just don't know.
So you just wrapped everything and went.
Yes, I said goodbye and stuff. I didn't run away in the night, but I just said I need to go and do, because they basically said, well, if you don't want to go do something. So I just sort of hung around Aylesbury for a bit, and that's when I found Helen and Dave inebriated.
Mm-hmm. And made me some egg.
And what
And
is asking how we met you then?
Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying, how do we explain how we met you? Like, how this all happened? If
Oh, we slew a corrupted angel together. You know, that's how we met. And
Okay.
obviously, Gugor is going to be the leader of the band.
What?
You're Gugor and friends, or Gugor and companions?
Yeah, but did you say my name? Do you want something?
Using it in reference, not actually speaking to you.
Okay. He'll just go back into it.
So yes, there was that, and then there was the slaying of the land dragon to the south. Or
Yes.
Or I presume we should probably try and have a look and see if there's anything in here, so they can say, if we say dire T-Rex, they actually know what we mean. Because I don't imagine these people would be very happy if we used the lower class form of speaking.
I mean, you can feel free to look at my library. I can't say I read that book, but
I was about to say, Flinchire has definitely got the idea that any book in here that doesn't happen to have either Glacier's image or partially naked woman, I don't think it's been read.
you believe what you want to believe.
Mm-hmm. So can I have a quick little look to see if there's anything in here that kind of the exotic creatures of the realm or anything like that, and see if there's anything that might have a mention towards
Thank you.
T-Rexes?
Sure, if you so choose.
Shall I roll?
I'd imagine that's investigation, because more hands-on, like, looking through the book, skimming what the book's about and stuff, like...
Yeah.
Okay, and then small pivot of the question is, would something of that sort be under your literary purview? Mr. Secundus? Like, with those books, like, obviously your family's gonna stack a lot of books in general, but, like, would you have in your youth been looking into, like, slaying dragons, exotic creatures, far-off lands?
Yeah, I think like he's interested in adventuring, and it's like maybe it's like the animals you come across adventuring on this continent or something like that.
Now, while he might be interested in adventuring as a whole, would he also be pairing with some of the other memes about him? Would his middle name perchance be Weeb?
Yeah, let's do it.
Again, there are like local books as well. It's just, like, depending on what sort of books he has. Like, would he be the sort where he's like importing far off books in languages others might not even recognize, just so he can be like, oh man, look at this dragon from this kingdom, and
Yeah. He's like he's the personality. He's probably had like an intense obsession with something for 2 months, then moved on. So yeah, he probably like, I'm really interested in this, and then he moves on and buys.
He's got like
some
the
other
finest
textbooks.
scholars, the finest tutors, and he's bored.
Yeah.
But yeah, you find a good variety of books. It's hard to catch at a glance of, hey, does this book know anything about dinosaurs? But you find a good variety of books. Some about different types of dragons, some about mythology of dragons. A lot of theory stuff, a lot of like higher brow than you might have expected stuff, given just like potential presumptions some of the party may have made. It's like some of the stuff is actually a little bit on the high end of intelligence requirements, and some of it is very in-depth and very thorough, and then other bits go off into just speculative, theory crafting, and maybe there's a desert, that the desert itself is the back of a dragon, or one of the gods is a dragon, and just like it goes off onto very various tangents.
Okay.
You do find a little bit, it's not a targeted book, it's more just in mention in one of the more, like, less scientifically oriented books. Again, a lot of this is just theory to begin with, but you do find one book that mentions, large, no winged creatures that have very draconic properties.
Mm-hmm.
Where there's just, oh yeah, there's this. We think they're descended from dragons. We don't know. They're as terrifying as, like they are, as far as the food chain niche goes, it's like they are the apex predator equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Like in places without dragons, sometimes you see these crop up and giant reptilian scales, claws, decimates villages. It's at the very least in the same category as a dragon as far as like weather classifications would go.
Okay.
Like it's not a storm warning, it is a tornado warning, it is a death watch warning.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't perhaps give any names or anything, or...
It seems to just refer to them loosely as a whole as an offshoot of dragons.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't go into hard classifications because they don't really have much in the way of just actual drawings. Like, it discusses dinosaurs as a greater whole, but it doesn't delve into, like, Triceratops versus T-Rex versus, or where that lion might even be.
Mm-hmm.
They're just like, yeah, it's big, it's a reptile, it can decimate a village.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not a dragon, it's as threatening as a dragon.
Large lizard creatures, been referred to as land dragons. We heard another name of deity. Well, did we actually hear the name deity Rex, or are we just making that up?
I think that was us.
I don't think it's ever been referred to in character.
Yeah, no,
I think partially when I was describing it, it is like in the same way that you have dire wolves, the thing looked like a dire Rex.
Okay.
Yeah.
Larger, meaner, spikier.
A dire land dragon.
So we'll go with something like that then. Yeah, land dragon. Well, we've been heard it referred to as a land dragon. We expect it to be named something else, but
Yeah.
okay.
Ah, that's a fine book of monsters. If you look at one of my other favorite books is about like a giant fish off the coast called Codzilla. That's also a good read.
Yeah, it's in the bottom right of the map. It's actually drawn in and everything.
Yeah. Map's accurate.
Okay.
where is this T-Rex? That's a fish.
No,
No,
he
we
said
don't.
Godzilla, large serpent,
Oh.
large fish,
Large fish.
large fish monster.
It's alright.
Off the coast called Codzilla.
It's alright. I didn't hear it fully because I was
Oh,
typing
yeah.
at the same time. Not bad.
We're fine.
I mean, I would be careful in the forest, though. There is something lurking.
Seems to be sneaking up on a
Gabriel.
Yes.
Wait, we left Gabriel in the forest? Oh shit.
He just went into shutdown mode. We never got him back.
Yeah,
Oh.
he started updating. Nobody really paid any attention.
What it was when we were
Well, he's
when you guys were all
You didn't
running
want to move him.
when all you guys were running after me, his power ran out and no one
Oh, no.
noticed.
Yeah.
Well, no, he did because he was the one who went and fetched
yeah.
Lovey.
Yeah.
So he's just now blue screened to death in the room.
He needs a specific driver we don't have. Yeah. I guess we're just sort of waiting until we're sort of summoned.
Yeah, currently Gorgo is just like lifting the sheets, looking under the bed.
Where's the good
Are you
shit?
looking for anything in particular, Gogo?
Oh, just having a look.
Okay.
It's just I've never been in a room this big before that is like designed for just people to sleep in. Usually they have a bit more. So I'm just looking around because it seems little. Oh, weird. I don't know. I mean, the only other room bigger than this that I've been in was when we killed the king.
I mean, there's far bigger rooms in this here.
Really?
I'm pretty sure when we went and met
Apart-
your... Sorry.
No, as I was saying, I'm pretty sure we went through the hall to get here, and then it's the dining halls, there's the dance hall.
Oh yeah. I thought that was like I was like kind of looking at the people though.
I mean that our mansion, our estate, it's far smaller to some of the others compared in the city.
Well, we're gonna have to go and visit the other ones. Because if there are
But-
bigger and better ones, we've got to go and look.
Maybe we should use this time to prepare? Like... Yeah? Fine.
For what?
Yeah,
I just mean,
probably
have you
so.
seen you guys? Like, no offense, but if we're going to do this properly, we
Wow.
can't walk around all this kit on us.
I look okay.
Wait.
I'm ready to go. Like whenever.
Well, Kate, sorry.
We look like adventurers currently. Well, you guys all do, obviously. I'm fancy, but...
No, we need to get naked.
But
No, don't need to get naked again!
But
This is happening all the time!
but I
again.
am an adventurer though, so
Yeah.
Yeah, but we are being like... Okay,
No,
how's this
run.
explained?
I've got a knife.
We have to play pretend a little, right? Like, we have to
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretend we're better.
thank
Yeah,
you,
but
Niconia,
so
for the
far,
raid.
the
It is
story that we're
hugely
presenting is the fact
appreciated.
that
I hope you're
you
doing
two
all
are the
right.
nobles
What was
who
you
are the adventuring group looking after
streaming, by the way?
Yeah.
What was you playing?
Okay. I'm just gonna stash my shit.
Okay.
Go into
Well, if
so room and I will stash my broom, but if I can, DM, can I break off like a twig or something that I can use as like a spellcasting thing if needs be? Or do I need to have my broom to cast spells?
You can grab one for something simple, yeah?
Perfect, and I'll kind of shove it up my sleeve. And I'll let cinders loose in Sir Simpington's bedroom and just kind of like stuff everything away, hide it all, pop away my cauldron, do all that jazz.
You can put that in the walk-in wardrobe if you want.
There's a walk-in wardrobe. Why shouldn't I be totally... Why am I surprised?
Yeah.
I'll go stuff in the
Yeah.
walk-in wardrobe.
just
I mean, we don't want to trip over it, so.
well, while you guys checking out his wardrobe, just quickly shout hello to Niconia who raided.
Hello.
There you
Welcome,
go.
Raiders.
Yeah. And thank you, Fib, for the sub, dude. Go and pick a game and we'll do a giveaway. So what do we find in the cupboard?
Just
You go
a
into his-
collection of. It's just like a small cupboard. It isn't like a massive walk-in wardrobe. It's just like a small one that one person could stand in with a collection of clothes and a mirror. It's not
It's
Kim
more-
Kardashian level. It is like just a cupboard you stand in.
Cool. I stashed my shit in here. Do I knock anything over? Like, just...
Be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
perfect.
Yes, I think, Google, we've all got fancy clothes to change into. I mean, we are just coming off the road, and once the ceremony's like underway, we can all get dressed. I mean, Google is dressed as a wizard, and then we can make him look like a fancy wizard.
Simpinton. Why do you keep saying my name weird?
He's talking about you to us. Like how, say for example...
Well, no,
people-
but he's saying like giggle instead of gorgle.
Oh, it's an accent. Do you not know accent?
Well, it's just a bit weird.
It's gonna be real weird today. I mean... So Simpington?
Yes. Sorry, I thought you were asking a question.
No, Google was asking you a question. Why do you keep on calling him Google?
Oh, I don't know why, but if you're in a fancy place, if it's like a sound like that, it's like instead of go, it's like go or go. You say it quickly. I don't know why.
Just to make you sound
I mean,
more important to people.
okay, but
If
Right.
those wizards thought Google was like a mighty wizard, I think if we play on that, and it's a point of prestige and magic user, isn't it? So
I pretend.
yes.
ah,
Where? How long is your brother going to be, or the people that come into fetch us? Is this going to be a while?
I don't know. I think. I mean, We can just get cleaned up and then we can change into something fancier when it's the actual ceremony. I mean, what's the word? We're realistic people. We are nobles, but we like live in the country. We know people wander around.
Also, are there any other beds? Are we all staying here, or is there other rooms, or are people keeping on the floor? Like, what's the
If my memory serves me correctly,
that bed is like massive, so we could probably like all sleep in it. It's got like the space for like 12 people, so couldn't be an issue, right?
Yeah, but don't forget, you and Paladin Dave are quite large, meaning that everyone's going to be very close, and there might
Are you
be
calling
some...
me fat?
I didn't call you fat, I called you big. There's a difference.
it's more like due to the properties of trigonometry, you take up a lot of room. You're like two creatures glued together. So.
Or probably 4 of me.
Or more. I mean, no offense, but you are rather small.
Uh-huh.
I don't use it in like a cruel way. I'm just saying we are literally different sizes. But when we are all in that bed, there might be some cozying up because of the amount of space on.
That should be fine.
Yeah.
I believe they were trying to sort out a couple of other beds for us last time.
Yeah, I think they were going to bring things in, but I think the guest rooms have been used up, so it will probably be, we'll have to use my apartment here, like the different rooms.
And I mean, there's got to be sofas and stuff like that. I'm guessing.
Yes.
I mean, out of the voice,
There
there'll
are.
be sofas. Yeah.
Yes, I have a Shea lounge at least. Someone can use that.
While you guys are having this conversation, someone does come in dressed fairly modestly and drop off just a tray of little snacks and such.
Thank you.
Some breakfast sandwiches.
What's in that sandwich there? And he'll point at one of them.
Go over and find out.
Well, I'm asking the lady that brought it in.
This is a bagel. I don't know if you've had these before.
No.
They're a bit of a local delicacy.
No, I've never seen like bread like it before.
Oh, this might be interesting.
Yeah. Can I tip the person 1 silver, please?
No,
Oh.
no, that might be seen as insulting.
Oh.
Yes, we're just dropping off. There's some bagels. They've got some meats with them if you'd like. A few different sauces to go with them. Just dropping these off while you're
Okay.
going about whatever business you're going about.
Well, thank you.
Delightful.
Golgor is going to pick up a bagel and he's going to sniff it. And then he's going to poke it. Then he'll tear it. And he's just going to basically dissect this thing before eating it. Because it's new, it's weird.
He's definitely put his finger in the hole, isn't he? Like that.
Oh no, at one point he puts his finger in it and then like swirls it around and it kind of just... it's cool. At one point he even considers wearing it as a hat. Doesn't do it.
Cool. You put it in your mouth and eat it.
Well, I know, but it's just, I've never seen, like, bread like this before, and I'm just having a look. It's...
You know what he tries to do is like his pointy wizard's hat. He tries to like...
Put it on the end.
Yeah.
But Gorgor, I've seen you literally lick demon blood. Why are you having a problem with some bread because it's got a hole in it?
I'm not got a problem. It's just, I'm trying to, like, understand it because it's just weird. I'm gonna eat it in a minute anyway.
So it's like a standard sourdough recipe, but with like it's ringed like that.
Sour?
Just taste a bit, a little bit, if you're still having a problem with it. Just bite and chew.
He's not acting like he's repulsed by it. He's curious. It's curiosity.
It's slightly different bread, Google. It's not.
Okay.
Would you like me to do a sandwich?
Well, I'll just take a bite of it as it is first, and then I'll take some of the cheese and the meat and stuff, and you're gonna watch Google slowly learn what a bagel is. Oh, it's not sour, but it's nice.
So hang on, we just watched Gorgo casting Identify on a bagel as a ritual.
Yeah. Gorgo's just ritually cast Identify on a bagel, and as he's like chewing his bite, I mean, it's not that sour, but it's still nice. Like it just tastes like bread, really. I thought it was gonna be like really different, but it's just okay. Yeah, there's nothing special to it.
Oh, we have snacks?
Yeah,
Yes.
they came and they dropped off the plate. They dropped off a pitcher of water. They dropped off a pitcher of juice, and then they just kind of
I was gonna
went
say,
about their business.
The way they were talking was almost as if they were talking while walking out.
Yeah. I was going to pay my chip to a gold.
Why did you... Don't tip him. This is not a hotel.
They are staff. They're paid to do this.
Yeah.
The cultural implication, Paladin Dave, is my family pay these people good wages, and you tipping them is saying we're not paying them well enough. We're not providing for them.
Oh.
So you in fact you were insulting him.
Oh, I'm not saying not paid well. I'm just...
because I know I have. I am beginning to understand Paladin Dave and his ways.
Yeah, just give him a nice little...
No,
bonus. Okay,
No.
I won't. Oh.
Let's say, did anybody else the second that Simpinton said, "I'm starting to understand Paladin Dave and his ways," just look at each other and going, well, "Someone is."
Yes. Thought was, oh boy, you're so mature. It's like an iceberg. There's loads underneath. So, shall we make ourselves comfortable while we wait for your family? Or whoever it is who's going to come fetch us?
Yeah, I assume it's going to be my father or Chade or my mother.
Ooh, exciting. Do we have any other siblings, or is it just you
No.
and Jade?
Yes, just me and Chade.
Okay. Google it's just Google things at this point now.
I think it's just literally the plan is we act fancy at the wedding. Like that's Segundus's plan.
We've got to act fancy every other time, though. When we are around servants, when we are around other people, for example, ourselves, we can act like ourselves. But if we're in front of other people, because otherwise the illusion just shatters.
No, there's a good point, Lovey. Yes, I mean, like we'll dress fancy for the party, but yes, we act fancy. But you know, the cover story is like, Lovey, you're doing your part there, while the rest of you are go and companions, and
But
you
what-
seem.
But what if we're on our own like now, but there's like someone outside spying on us? Do we still have to act? Do we have to act fancy then?
I think if you just act fancy as much as you possibly can.
Well, yeah, because like, what if there's like people like watching from like out the window or something, or like in the hallway?
Just get into character, like
Yes.
method act. Just be it like it all the time.
Okay.
From now on until we leave, we act in character. So you are
And
mercenaries, servants that help me, and Lovey.
And Gorgo takes a big deep breath in and changes nothing.
So we
He
change
just
to our...
doesn't change.
Did we change to our party clothes now? Have we got a chance to?
Well, I don't know if you change into your party outfits, because those are meant for the wedding, right? I mean, do you have anything in your massive closet that might help these guys?
Yes, I'm sure. I mean, he's pretty muscular, and he like. It's a Simpinton, so yeah. He's like, well, yes, I can get some clothes, like even if it's just like a cloak or a robe or something loose fitting. You can wear some things so you aren't wearing your traveling clothes.
Very good.
Anyone else kind of like loose a few hours of downtime here?
It's just Gorgor things at this point, nothing that needs any attention.
Yeah, like you guys have had your browse, you guys have had your talk, just anything you guys want to put in motion or be doing for the next little bit of time.
No, it's just, I'm just nervous.
Cinder starts plucking at, like scratching at a couch like it's a scratching post, just on the leg, and she lets him. That's literally, you know what, like cats do. Like it's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just anybody go near Cinders at your own peril. I'm not. You do what you do. Lovey will go over to Secundus at one stage, also. I don't know what to call you anymore. So Simpinton, Secundus, in character. Okay. And we'll just go, you don't need to be nervous. You know that, right? We'll do you good.
I just haven't seen them for a couple of months at least.
They don't talk about Joe.
It'll be okay. It'll be all right. I'm just nervous now.
Exactly. Breathe through the nerves. If it gets really, really bad, just kind of give us a little nod, and we'll create some chaos so there's a diversion. I'll set something on fire, or we'll get Gorgor to punch somebody. If you really need it, we're here for you. And then we're on the run. We'll come up with stuff as we go along.
Yes, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I suspect chaos will happen before I even do a signal. So, we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And while you guys are doing this, while you guys are going about just loitering for lack of a better term.
Yep.
Eventually there is a very quiet, very gentle knock at the door.
I'll go over and open the door.
Secundus, sweetie, what brings you guys this far out? What are you guys doing here? How have your travels been? Are you guys just passing through? Do you need money? Are you okay? Are you in trouble?
Assuming this is my mum, like,
Yeah.
through context.
Mm-mm.
I was on my way to the city, but I've heard about Chade getting married, and I thought it was appropriate I'll come back and be to give him my respects. But I'm with this group I've hired these group of mercenaries, and we are out adventuring and me finding my own way, as we discussed. I don't need money. I'm doing quite well, actually.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Is everything okay? Are you good? Do you need... Are you sure you're okay? Is there anything we need to help you with before you're on your way?
No. Go and his companions have been very, very helpful, and
What? Oh, right. Never mind.
Danny, I'm gonna need a charisma check from you.
What? Is the best introductions.
It's kind of more how presentable and well-kept and sociable he is at the moment. Like, sometimes you can look disheveled, but you can look like good disheveled versus bad disheveled.
Yeah, but it's Gorgor. Did a roll really need?
It was more to give you the chance. It was.
I think the skill ceiling is 10.
Okay, I will have to remember now that whenever I hear the word Gorgor being mentioned, I'm going to have to telepathically tell Gorgor beforehand, not talking about you.
Shut up. Yeah, but then Gorgor's gonna out loud go, oh, okay, Flynn. So when Gorgor gets shouted, he's just gonna go, okay, Flynn.
And
Yeah, that's fine.
and then Secundus will be like, and here's my companion Lovey as well.
Mhm.
Love you.
Oh,
Step out.
are you... Okay, hello, nice to meet you. So, has he hired you for the weekend? Are you...
No, and she'll kind of
Yikes!
put her arm
Roll
around
a
his waist,
wisdom save.
and she'll be like, "No, we're together."
Oh, so he... And she just kind of like looks around the room at the like 5 Glacia posters, like, oh, you guys are... Because I thought he had been... That's fantastic news. That's lovely news. I'm very glad he's outgrown that silly little... So you're making a fine man out of him then?
Yes, I think so. Right, darling.
Yes, I think, you know, everything's going well. I feel happy.
Oh, so you'll of course be staying for the wedding, you two, right?
Yes, that's the plan.
Well, we thought it would be a perfect opportunity for me to meet his parents and his family, and take part in the festivities surrounding Chade's wedding. It is Chade, right? I have got that correct.
Yes, of course. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, you two are more than welcome to stay. Please enjoy yourselves. The rest are welcome to the servants' quarters, of course, if you need more places to bed anyone, or...
You are so nice.
There should be plenty of accommodations there. They have their own little kitchen.
If it's no trouble, I mean, I know that the house is absolutely bursting at the moment. They can use some of the other rooms in my apartments if needs be. It's up to you.
That is so generous of you, and if that's what you want to do, of course, they're your entourage. Just, I simply just, in case you two needed a private night alone or anything.
Oh, that's true. Yes, maybe. Yes, Google can get situated in the servants' quarters with the rest. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second, so I didn't hear any of that.
Oh, that's fine. That's good.
thank-
That's probably for the best.
What hole have you just managed to dig yourselves into?
We haven't. We are fucking tickety boo, my friend. No, what is ever best, because we don't want to really... We don't want to basically cause you more stress and duress. At such
Oh
a...
no, it's a little loud there. It's a little busy there. But I would want you two to enjoy your your visit, your honeymooning, whatever you want to do, whatever privacy you might need.
Sorry? Honeymooning. Did you
Well,
just
it's
say?
a term of phrase, of course. I imagine we'd be notified if anything proper were happening, but just enjoy your vacation, your weekend.
Oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you so much. Right, dear?
I can imagine, because we've said the word Google several times. Google's just looming behind
It
us.
is.
And that she's just looking at Google behind us, if you just want some privacy. And it's just this heavy breathing Google behind us.
I'm gonna allow it because I'm not quite to the extreme, but yeah, Google's probably stood up at this point, half
Slowly
looking.
making his way over.
Yeah, because he keeps hearing his name, and then Flynn has to keep going in his head, but it's not deterring him as much.
Gorgor, they're going to need a little bit of space. You're not in a fight. You need to move a little bit back. That is again mentally.
And out loud, Gorgo will respond, "Oh, okay," and then we'll just walk away. Because Gorgo doesn't understand the concept of he can think his answer, so he's just going to say it.
Oh no, that's the thing with the telepathy. It's only one way. I can't hear response.
Oh, I thought it was two-way.
So did I, and then I looked it up, and it turns out it's not.
Oh, so Gorgo was doing it right all along.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
he's an adept magic user.
I am so smart.
Yeah.
It's Marty. I mean, it's Marty.
Well done, Danny. I understand that reference.
Yeah.
The funniest thing was thought he did it wrong, but it was right.
No,
Yeah.
it's a
No,
Homer reference.
Yeah, that's how it's said.
It's a Simpsons thing. It's actually that's the actual line.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's on
one
point.
Simpsons reference I get. So
That and the I Am Evil Homer dance. Which Liam can get away with doing. Because of his second name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then Gogo will literally just go, like, take a few steps away and just go and sit back down again and just hear the creak of the wooden chair.
I mean, is there anything we can do to help? It seems like you've got quite a lot on your plate at the moment.
Oh no, you two just make yourselves at home. We'll be having the wedding later this afternoon, towards the evening as the sun's setting a little bit, get a nice, beautiful landscape to paint.
Oh, how romantic.
Yes, we've had two artists. They started painting the scene itself hours ago, and they're simply, trying to paint an entire painting in a minute might be a little hard, but they set the groundwork, they set the shapes, and we're just waiting for sunset so they can have a nice, perfect little snapshot forever.
It's so lovely. Well, I would love to spend some more time so you can tell me all of the embarrassing stories of when Secundus was little, maybe.
There's some, yes, there's some quite endearing ones. He always really did like that armor. Like, he's, not that armor in particular, but just the big, heavy armor. Like, he's really built well for heroics, championing, and we're glad it seems he's going a bit more wholeheartedly in that direction lately.
Yeah, I mean, I think ever since I saw him, slay the corrupted angel, he's such a heroic fellow. He's quite admirable, really. And he's been a good influence on us all. He's a credit to you. That's what I'm to say.
Lovely, roll a charisma check with whichever bonuses you might want to apply to that, if any.
What do I actually think?
I heard truth and I heard lies. I heard both. So
I think the persuasion might, maybe. Let me just open up my character sheet, because I've been too busy, not paying attention. Here we go.
So invested in the RP, you forgot stats were a thing.
Yeah. Hey, it's my style. Let's have a quick look. Oh, they're all exactly the same. I'm gonna go for persuasion. Come through?
Yep.
Yeah. You were doing a very good job of being a hype person.
Yeah. Maybe I could do this as a job. No, that was totally in my head.
Yes. If you'd love to join me for tea later, while the boys are being boys, of course.
Oh, I'd be absolutely delighted. If that's okay with you.
yes, of course. It'd be nice to spend some time with Jade, and you can speak to Mother about how the wedding's planning out on our estate and different things.
Oh god, I can see it right now. The boys quote marks are gonna go out like on a little like hunting trip, like how like some posh wankers do. And I'm gonna fucking go and some accident's gonna happen. You can see it right the fuck now. Something's gonna go wrong here. Oh no. It was a hunting trip, I swear. It was a hunting accident.
But no, that would be brilliant. Thank you so much for the offer.
Of course, in about a bell or so, down in the courtyard.
Perfect. I'm sure you can show me there, honey?
But yes, of course.
So glad you persuaded me to come.
Yes, I'm glad you accompanied me here, and I think maybe it's a good time to go get Gogor and his companions situated in the servants' quarters.
Yes. Small
Right, and
berries.
she goes off to, freshen herself up a little bit. And
What's your mum's name?
Damn, you
Presume
didn't
you say
write
that
that for.
It's just mother.
Like, I can't call her mother. That's a bit.
I mean, you could if you really wanted to. She might assume some
Double
things are about to happen, but
I feel like we're already like on the way, like to getting engaged at your mother's eyes at this point. Like, boy, I mean that would really steal the wind out of your brother's like thingy. Why I never proposed
oh
that way.
god.
Yeah.
Anyway, so has she gone at this point?
Yeah, she wandered off to go tend to the house, get everything in place.
I think
Right.
that went well.
How are you two going to fake the sheets in the morning?
I'm sorry.
If we're getting, sent to the servants' quarters so you two can have some time, how are you going to fake the sheets in the morning?
Just what? I what? I don't think they're going to be inspecting the sheets for stuff. Like what?
Does Flynn have the playbook again?
They come in with a black light just to be sure. You know they're gonna go over everything. They even check the bath.
This is Fred, our famous cum searcher. I don't know what are we like fucking.
Where did that come from? Holy Here's the doctor to check you and make sure everything's safe and the baby's okay. Wait, what?
I think if anything, we just roll around a little bit, and I can't take his chastity away from him. That's like a core of him, And why are we having this conversation, Flynn? It seems like you're a bit more worried about what we're going to do tonight, which is sleep, right? I assumed that was the. Right, let's go get you guys rooms. Let's just go.
Okay.
I think Sherelle is probably a good combination of fantasy and just normal name.
Sherelle. Oh, that's your mum's name, right? Okay. I was so confused that I was
no,
like,
it's alright.
where the
I'm
fuck
just
did that
trying to
come
get the thing back on track. Yeah,
so your mother's name's Sherelle?
yeah.
Thank you.
So, if you're going to meet, and spend time with his mum, what are we all going to do?
I think we're getting you in with the staff, from the sounds of it.
Wait, is your family, gonna, employ us or something?
No, I don't think that's the plan.
Or what? Why aren't we, just slowly all staying together? Because surely, because we always all stay together, when we're in the taverns and stuff.
We need to insinuate, so play pretend, that Simpinton and I need privacy, Gorgor.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Just realise that anytime I want Gorgor to do something that is outside of Gorgor, I just say play pretend and it works. it works.
He's got the mental capacity of a fucking child. What do you expect?
It's like, Gorgor, I need you to play pretend. No. So, what? And I think that is what your mum wants. She seemed a little happy that you weren't still all about Glacier. Is that something we should be concerned about?
I think I thought I'd explained that maybe I hadn't. They wanted me to be a holy warrior and then to be fixated on the opposite of what a holy warrior does. the
Yes.
Devil Queen.
So we probably shouldn't say then that we're like best friends with her and stuff. Because
No.
and then that like she's like come to meet us and stuff, because that might be bad.
The way that we should basically sell it to your parents and family and everybody here is that you're a great and powerful warrior. We're together. Gorgor is your trusted advisor with his companions, Paladin Dave, the mightiest of Minotaurs, and Fernsire,
Oh,
the
keeping team.
silver-tongued bard.
Yes.
What was that, Liam?
I was better keeping that name.
What name?
What's that?
Paladin Dave, the mighty Minotaurs.
Okay.
Dude, go for it.
It looks like Gabriel's powered down, so we'll leave him in the cupboard.
We've got an OS update.
Yeah.
Wait for it. While he's back next time, we've still got him in the cupboard.
Yeah.
Heck, and Warforged 12 is just a hell of an operating system.
Cool. So,
Someone put Steam on it while he's asleep.
Wouldn't that make him rust?
Anyway.
yeah. Also, if you guys can, you can probably find out lots of information about this household, how it's run, the local people and stuff like that. Like, staff are very gossipy. Mr. B1. Like, they know everything that goes on. Don't forget, they clean these people's bedrooms. They can probably know all the dirty stuff about them. So.
Oh, is that what Flynn mentioned about checking the sheets?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're not talking about how we're going to sell. We should have brought some with the brothel. That might have worked.
Say what?
We should have brought some sheets from the brothel, and then maybe. But if somebody was going to search the bed sheets, not think that somebody
That seems
would.
less than sanitary.
Oh God, yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. Shall we go?
Yes.
Well, lead us to the servant quarters, please. Secundus, you're the only one who knows the way round.
Yes, I go to servant quarters.
Okay. It's kind of a little ways away from the residential, but it's actually fairly close to the kitchens, obviously, and such.
Yeah.
You kind of go out the back door, and then go down the stairs to the right, and there's like a secondary. Like, there are other ways to building, like, back doors and stuff, but this is like the more public route to the servant's wing. Like, they have little side doors that they take and stuff, but that's a lot more of their for navigating with the house discreetly, carrying things safely, etc. This is the way you know to there. You go out the back door, you go down the stairs to the right, and there's just... It's not quite a tower, but like... So it's not tall enough to really be a tower, but it's like a 3-story little wing branching off the side of the house. And it connects at like a hip joint to the kitchens.
Yeah.
And it is nice. It's not a bunkhouse. It's not a bunch of beds slammed together or anything, but it is a little overly cramped, especially with just all of the temporary staff with organizing the wedding and such.
Yeah.
4 beds to a room. Trunk at the foot of every bed. Just find an empty trunk is basically the gist of how you claim a bed. That part you probably wouldn't know, but there'd be staff there to just kind of like, oh, hey, you have more help for us, fantastic. Yeah, just find an empty bed, find an empty chest. Should be good.
Yeah, I'll just be like, I have my servants here. Yeah, and then...
Yes. Will they be helping with anything in particular? Are they tending to you when they just need a place?
They'll be tending to me. Yeah, they just need somewhere. Mother requested that they come down here, so...
Of course. Just send a runner if you have need of them. And then from outside, like on the balcony of the stairs, you can see, like from here, Lovey, and anyone else, you can see like a cute little patio, a cute little gazebo, tables. It's a nice little setup.
Oh. There's no one out there at the moment, though. It's way too early, isn't it?
There's a few people just kind of like setting up, but they're setting up for afternoon tea. You guys did leave, like, you guys did sleep next to the caravan on the road, and then instantly come here.
Yeah.
So you got in fairly early in the morning. It's going on maybe 11 a.m. roughly, and you would imagine afternoon tea might be...
In the afternoon.
Yes.
Cool.
That is unheard of and unprecedented territory.
What, having afternoon tea in the afternoon?
Yeah,
Or...
like I don't know. That's some trailblazing shit that I don't want to be a part of right there.
Okay.
It's too escapist for Danny.
Yeah. No, that is gonna shatter my fucking immersion.
And I think Segundus will notice where you're looking and be like, yes, that's well, you'll meet Mother Sherelle. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Oh, I know where it is. Brilliant. Okay.
So what do we do now, like, until... Are we just, like, just hanging out, or what?
I've got to admit, this is the awkward bit, because I don't know what servants do when they're not with me, if you know what I mean. So I don't...
Maybe ask. Okay, what you need to do is you need to ask in the kitchens if there's anything you can help with, or anywhere you can't cook, that kind of thing.
I did say you're helping us, so they're not going to get you to do lots of work.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Well, what I'll do is I'm gonna go like outside and just like have a look around and stuff, because I did see some like weird flowers and stuff that I wanted to go and see.
Yes.
Shall I supervise him?
Google walks away. At this
Might be
point.
for the best, because he might forget his role.
I will supervise, and I follow Google.
One of the servants does actually chime in a little bit there, able to read at least a little bit of Gorgor's intentions. Oh, guide him around the east side of the house rather than the back of the house, where he's a little bit less seen.
Mm-hmm, of course.
Just so he's not disrupting anyone setting up for anything in the wedding.
Mm-hmm. And I will catch up to Gorgor, and you want to go this way. This way leads you to the flowers. And
Okay.
Maybe, Dave, maybe you should go with them, or are you going to stay here?
I'll go with them.
Because essentially what Gorgo's going to do as well is, on top of just looking at all the cool flowers and shit, he's going to see if he can replicate some of them with his druidcraft and just like fuck around and like some of the flowers he'll make them grow bigger and stuff, and some of them like he'll see like this one like blue pansy and stuff, and he'll see if he can make one that looks just like it next to it and stuff, and you know what I mean. He's while he is just nosying around, he's kind of fucking around at the same time, but not maliciously.
He's gardening, effectively.
Yeah. They're like, one of the servants just turns a corner and just watches Gorgor just growing plants in the fucking garden just out of the ground. It's like, bloop, there you go. Oh, you know that really rare plant that you can only find in one place in the world unless it's exported? There's another 3. There you go. Just unknowingly, just like fucking around, just growing shit.
one ecological crisis later.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, what it is, the plant's like carnivorous, like to other plants, and you have to only have one, otherwise it can be really bad for the soil, and I've just grew like 6 of them. But that's what, because that was what Gorgo was going to do, and basically just use his druidcraft and stuff, and maybe even play around with some of his other spells that Lovely taught him, like the prestige, the one I can make noise and sounds with. That one.
This poor gardener's then all of a sudden just hears a bee constantly around him. There's no
Oh
bee.
God!
There's a bee.
Oh god, I'm tempted. Like, yeah, no,
Oh, no,
Google's
no,
gonna
no, no.
Google's gonna do shit like that.
Oh no, Google's going to try and realize that he shouldn't be growing the plants like that. So he's going to pretend that there's a bee around that's, pollinating the plants to make them grow quicker. Like, bee came. Pop, pop.
Yeah, just like at some point, Flynn, you know it's not real, but you feel the sensation and hear the sensation of a bee, like about to stab you in the neck. But you know, because you can see Gorgle fucking staring at you intently with like his tongue hanging out as he's casting and weaving his fingers. It looks a little weird.
Especially given the fact that I can just scream in your mind if you do that.
Yep. But yeah, that's what, unless like Dave or you want to do anything else, that's what Gorgo's doing.
All right. You guys go about that. And as you were kind of walking the grounds a little bit, as you guys obviously had to like get here, go here, etc. Secundus will feel a large hand grasp his shoulder. My boy, welcome back, welcome back. I heard from your mother that you've been having some lovely adventures. And your father just kind of like tilts his head a little bit towards Levy.
Yes, yes, this is my companion Lovey, and I also picked up a band of mercenaries as well, led by a wizard. And if like we're walking across the grounds, you just see Gorgor. He's like, he must be picking herbs or something at the moment. And he's just like, if you just see him in the distance on the field.
Well, I mean, they're led by you more so, right? I mean,
Yes. Yes, I mean, Gorgor is like, he follows me, yes, but he's their leader, if that makes sense. Like, like our system.
Of course. I always knew you had it in you to be a natural-born leader. You just needed the right motivation.
Yes. It's I met them slaying a corrupted angel around Aylesbury.
Oh, that's a bit of rare. How on earth did you even encounter such a thing?
I met Gorgor and his travelling band. They were on the quest for it, and I offered my aid, and then they started following me after we slayed it together.
Just that natural charisma of yours in action, finally putting it to good use, I see.
Yes, I try.
He was so heroic, shall we say. It's a pleasure to meet you, by the way, sir. Are you also a sir?
I mean, aren't we all here? Kind of runs in the family, being a noble hero of the people. Somewell, by the way.
Alright, Samuel.
Yes.
Your name, I'm Lovey, and she'll kind of do a little curtsy, if that makes sense. Not like a full-on
Yeah.
you're king, but like a little...
No, you just cross ankles, bend a little
Exactly.
bit.
Oh,
Gosh, it's almost like I've done one of those before.
yeah.
long as
Me too.
As long as it isn't a Liz Truss nod thing.
Oh,
then...
God. No.
No, Ben. No, Ben.
I'm so delighted to meet you. I can definitely see where he gets his charm from, though.
No, it's all his mother. I'm just the size of him.
Yeah, well, he's been talking about you non-stop and how you're almost... Well, I don't want to talk for him, obviously. That's not what they were about.
Yes, we've been noble keepers of the realm for 5 generations running at this point. We are a little bit on the outskirts, but that just gives us more land to protect and cover against scarier threats. As great as the noble houses in Leicester proper itself might be, we're the ones doing the good work, the hard work.
Yeah, well, I kind of thought he must get it from somewhere. I mean, after, the whole corrupted angel, the next one was... What was that big lizard thing that you were telling me about, dear?
I think we described it as like it was a wingless land dragon that had dire properties.
Oh, yes. This large lizard creature kind of beset us all while we were travelling around. Were we still around Ellesmere at this point, or had we moved
We
on?
travelled out a couple of days and then.
And yeah, managed to defeat it quite quickly. Your son is an accomplished fighter. I think Gorgor and the others are lucky to have him.
That reminds me as well. If it's okay to talk business, we are looking for like passage into Luster, so Gogor can train in his arts a bit more.
Oh, of course. After the wedding, we'll send one of our carriages back to the kingdom, with you in it.
Ah, excellent. Thank you, Father. How's Chade doing?
He's endearing as always. Most of the people... Now, again, this is, of course, private information, but the boy is... He's a bit nervous, but, it's hard to describe. Most of the time, nervous might conjure a negative image, but out of him, just the sheer charisma of him, it's endearing, it's humbling. See this noble hero of the realm simply nervous about his own wedding after having gone on so many adventures, quests, doing so much for the people. To think that he's more intimidated by his future wife than anything else.
Yes,
It's almost sweet of him.
Yes.
Thinking of maybe putting a little bit of alcohol into him before the wedding, maybe just free him up a little bit, but he's refused, of course.
Yes, he always likes thinking straight.
What was that, miss?
No, I just said it's quite admirable of him if he's trying to have a level head for his own wedding day. I am looking forward to the wedding as well. Your wonderful wife was telling me it's outside in the grounds.
Yes, here, if you lean a little bit more this way, you should be able to see it. It is a little bit far off. There's a large tent that way, and inside the tent will be the wedding itself, with some tables being set up outside for refreshments, and for any extras, events like these, they're uncommon. Sometimes the common folk like to come attend, but for safety, of course, we don't want too many people all crammed into a tent, so we're polite enough and kind enough to set up refreshments, hydration, whatever they might need outside, so that they can at least celebrate with us.
Oh, how kind of you. And I mean, it is a beautiful, home that you have, and grounds. So much space.
Yes, it is a good number of, it is a good space that we protect. All the way from here to, there's a far-off fortress to the southeast, and a good chunk of the west forest to the west as well is all our grounds that we are in charge of patrolling. And, there hasn't been a threat to Leicester since we took over.
Must be why your son's trying to do the same thing a little further afield. Huh? And she'll kind of at this point, she's kind of migrated towards Sir Simpinton's side and will gently elbow him. Very gently. It's a little sharp.
Yes.
Just in the arm.
I mean, heading to Luster, hopefully there will be things we can do for the town itself, and raise our name so people don't forget about us in the countryside here as well.
Well, Shade has already been good at work with that, but any contributions you want to make to the family are always more than welcome.
Yes.
Can't have too much publicity now, can we?
No. It's never a bad thing.
This is it. Aren't you so lucky? You have Chade, and then you have, Chade, who seems to be. Is he next in line to, well, this manor house and the surrounding areas?
Very much so, though there might be a little bit of fun news in that one. If our lovely Secundus here is actually, turning his life around for the better after that little stint he pulled a few years ago.
Even though I feel like I could have had more time with Secundus, even I know that he's unlike any other. Truly, he is someone who amazes me every day.
Roll another charisma check here.
Yeah. I knew that. Well, technically, I'm telling the truth. It does amaze
So,
me.
like I
Yeah.
said, if we kill Chade, you're going to inherit, like, the manor house, yeah?
Oh dear.
I mean, he did respond with there's some interesting news on the inheritance front in response to Annie.
Yeah.
I know, but, let's not take the risk. Let's just chop off the other inheritance.
Oh my god.
Why settle for a piece of the pie when we can take the whole damn cake?
That's only a 10, I'm afraid.
That's okay.
Every D&D
he's just-
campaign... Sorry.
He's just a little less, hyped up than his wife was, but he's still impressed overall. Yes, well, Secundus here might actually have fallen into some good luck himself, as his elder brother, champion of the people, of course, has his lovely bride to be. He might be coming into an inheritance far greater than even the lands we patrol. So Secundus here himself, if he's well behaved, of course, and he just kind of like jeers a little bit at that one, just kind of like, yeah, just if he's good. He doesn't want to like sell out that his like on the off chance Lovey doesn't know about all the Glacia stuff. He doesn't want to sell him out, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like yeah. Assuming he stays on the bright and narrow, Secundus here might be inheriting our manor itself, as Chade will have far more important matters to attend to.
Oh,
Evil... You're playing very coy, father.
Oh, yes, you still haven't heard the news. That's... Given how far afield you had heard about the wedding, I'd assumed you knew. Mother did try writing to you. Your mother, of course, did try writing to you, of course, but... I mean, we never know which place to write the letter to. There's a few different places you've stayed the night in. Your elder brother, Sir Chade himself, is marrying the third daughter of the Kingdom of Luster. Now, in fairness, that is the third daughter, but it's also the first marriage that family has had. So, if
So-
unfortunately no others were produced,
Yes. That is quite a I didn't know that was on the cards when I left, so that's quite a snap. Does that mean the king's coming here?
well, he is a very busy man, but we're preparing just to be safe.
Out of character.
Kill the king, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
We've got a track record with killing kings, so that should be good.
Also,
Yeah.
I think, Ben, I heard you about to say, like, why is it in every campaign we've currently got going on, we're going to try and kill someone to get further in power?
Yeah. It was like if there's a PC with family that are like prominent, it's always like we will kill that family so character gets that stuff.
In fairness, if you killed the king, while that might put Shade in power, that would not put Secundus in power unless, like, a lot of other people were,
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it was more
well-
Danny trying to kill
It's got a
Chain
lot of,
to
well,
get
it's
to
got a
the-
lot of pruning before it gets to
Yeah.
Secundus.
Yeah, well, we just make a list, we check it twice, and, you know...
Oh dear.
So, oh, well, that is quite an achievement from your matchmaking skills.
oh, it's all him. It was just... You'll have to hear him tell the story proper sometime, but most we've heard of it is... He was just building a homeless shelter for the orphan children, and after repelling an imposing goblin den that was trying to encroach on said orphan house, he was brought before the king to be honored, and their eyes met, and they've been in love ever since.
Oh.
Makes sense why I didn't hear it as one of the matches proposed. Then.
Ah, yes, you weren't too thrilled when we were trying to find you someone lovely, but it seems you found someone far lovelier than we could have found for you.
Oh.
Are you of a house yourself, miss, or...
Yes, whilst my family does not have grounds as beautiful or as vast as this, we hold some small titles in a foreign nation.
Oh, that's lovely. Well...
No. It was only just happenstance that myself and your son met, and I am forever thankful for it. It has been a very interesting time.
Oh, of course, no worries, and we do not discriminate here. Even if he brought home a scullery maid of sorts, we would still welcome her into the house, as long as she was furthering the house, of course.
How so?
Well, simply, okay, you didn't hear this one from your mother, or from me, but, let's just say Grandpa was very good about spreading the family blood around, and making sure the bloodline was carried on.
Granddad's a manhole.
And we have no judgment of him for that, as without him we wouldn't have the vast lands we have today. And your grandmother was the sweetest of persons. We were just a little surprised every time we heard the story of how the two met.
Really?
Ash, just so I have it in my head, how did my grandpa fuck so much he secured the Eastern Kingdom?
Fuck the right people, apparently.
Don't worry, I think Lovey was going to ask.
Yeah, I'm about to find out. At this time, I've kind of like linked my arm with your father's, and I'm kind of like leading him a little bit further ahead. So please,
Well, simply, a lot of kids don't, it's very unfortunate. A lot of kids don't make it through puberty, and having just so many siblings ensured the family line continued.
Oh, so you mean somebody who you'd love for your sons to be with fertile women? You can have a lot of children, is that what you're trying to say?
I mean, we would make no presumptions, of course, of you, but we simply meant that as a whole, we don't judge based on what house someone comes from, as long as the family is well secured.
Understood. Heirs, essentially. Common practice where I'm from. Usually have an heir and a spare. Or a few spares.
Turn of phrase, yes.
Though, I mean, it is a little early for your son and myself.
Oh, of course, I wouldn't mean you yourself. I was simply asking after your family out of curiosity. I didn't want you to feel pressured to live up to what Sir Shade might be in bed with. so to speak?
Oh, I can assure you, I don't feel the need to combat against your daughter-in-law to be. I find myself very lucky to be with your son. He is quite the man.
I would love to hear more about you from him himself. If maybe he and I were to go off for a bit, maybe find Sir Shade and have an evening of it.
Of course, the lady of the house invited me for tea, so I will go and find them.
Yes,
It was
yes.
lovely to meet you.
Lovely meeting too. Hope to see much, much more of you in the future.
Same. And she'll kind of like do another curtsy and wander off, looking for where they came, because she imagines that we've kind of walked off a little bit.
Yeah.
You see
Yeah.
one down one route and then having to go off in a different direction. But yeah.
I'm feeling very guilty for like the people that aren't in the Downton Abbey drama at the minute. Are they okay?
We're perfectly fine.
They're just sat
Yeah.
there with popcorn.
I was about to say, I mean, with everything that's being said, I mean, I'm wanting to insight check half a mansion away about half the things he's done, but I didn't hear it, so.
Oh yeah, no, there's been a few times I wanted to say something, but Gorgo's fucking growing flowers. I'm on fucking.
Oh, yes.
I'm playing fucking Grand Designs over here.
Oh, yes. What? Let's say, whilst oh yes, he managed to, defeat a whole goblin tribe whilst he was rebuilding the orphanage, and for fuck's sake.
He is a man of the people.
So is his granddad, apparently.
Yeah, a little bit. Look, in those times, if you had like 8 kids, you guaranteed the family name carried on at the very least.
Yeah, also, in some places that's also called a succession crisis.
Yeah. Well, it's just the way he said he secured these lands through his love of like. I was like, how being so horny like equated to like, yeah. No, it makes sense now, but it was just how it. Yeah. So I think Rose is gone for a minute. So
Yes.
Yes. So, people combing the grounds, are you simply having fun playing in the flowers? Are you looking for anything? Are you doing anything else?
I would probably keep an eye out, see if I can see what any guests or anything nearby and what they're doing.
Yeah, unless someone like specifically approaches us, no. Gorgor's gonna like keep moving from flower bed to tree to flower bed, and just like having a nosy, having a look, and then probably doing some magic-y bullshit.
Yeah.
Gorgor, roll me nature check. Flynn, roll me perception check.
Reroll.
18 on a nat 20. Fuck.
18.
At least you remembered your halfling reroll.
I saw the one, I was like, fuck, wait, freedom.
Yes.
what Sir Simp would do is, now he's mentioned that the king might be coming and he realised this is quite a big wedding, is he might ask his father to go past Gorgor and ask who is it that he's actually wanting to speak to, because he might be at the wedding. And he might be like, oh yes, I'll introduce you to Gorgor as well whilst we're heading our way to Jade.
Gorgor's there, literally just face down in the flower bush, which is probably poison ivy.
Yeah. No, Gorgor's head first in a bush, just doing his thing.
And I was there just watching him.
God.
Just, but not my problem here.
Yeah, pretty much.
God, I
So,
can't use that joke.
Gorgor is a little bit more in tune with nature. You both notice this, though. Gorgor just ends up with a little bit more of a hands-on understanding of it than you do, Flynn.
Yep.
I'll fix it.
Gorgor, you notice that the lands closer to the house are still fairly nice, But you notice the further outlands, like looking out, like these flowers seem to be pretty well tended and pretty healthy.
Yeah.
You notice a little bit more towards the southeast, the lands do seem a little bit more dried, a little bit more craggy, a little bit more withered.
Yeah, I'll see if I can work my because like obviously I've seen it when where was we when the plants kept dying. We was in the forest next to Sepul. So like Gorgo's like seen this shit before, and he'll see if he like he'll like have a it's because like this is playtime to him. And we'll see if Gorgo can do anything to make it a bit more rejuvenated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it's a case
roll
of
me an Arcana check.
yeah, because it's a case of well, if the rest of the garden's so nice, I might as well see if I can make this bit look nice.
You do help a little, but the grass is very.
Yeah.
It kind of just goes into a bit of a yellowed, grassy field into just a bit more dirt, a bit more dirt.
Yeah, I was gonna say because it should work pretty much guaranteed because it's just gonna take time.
Oh yeah, well that's what I mean. Like it's such a wide area. It's just.
Oh yeah, no, this
It's not. Oh, the ground is bad here. It's
Oh,
like
no,
the further you get from the house.
yeah, no, this Google will spend us like hours like doing this. He doesn't give a shit. He's entertained at least.
Fair enough. And then fine, you do also notice it as well. You're just a little bit less like, hands-on in tune with like Gorgor's playing with nature and notices some nature is worse than others. You just kind of see like, oh, it's kind of barren looking that way.
Yeah, I was gonna say Google probably would mention it like to Flynn on the basics, like, oh, it's a shame that this bit of the garden's like a bit crusty compared to like over there where we saw the yellow flowers and stuff where it was all like nice and juicy. It's a bit dry here. It's a shame. Like, shall we see if they've got like a bucket of water or something and then like just throw it around?
I think it's probably best if we let their staff do it. I understand you'll want to do it, but maybe just their people haven't had a chance, the whole doing the wedding thing. It might be a bit rude if we start doing their gardening for them.
Yeah, well, if they're too busy, then surely we should do it because of the wedding and stuff. And if you're having the wedding outside, then the outside should look nice.
They're having the wedding out, and I point to probably where all the stuff's being set up. It's like, how about?
Oh, well, let's go and have a look to see if like all of the stuff over there is nice. And Gorgo starts heading towards where you pointed out.
I was going to say maybe we should make sure that Lovey's with us because she might have a better idea too.
Well, Lovey's like gotta have like tea with like and then he's getting louder as he's speaking because he's walking towards the.
I am going with him.
Okay, that's fine. Well, Lovey's like gotta have like tea with like Simp's mom, so like she'll be busy for like a bit. So
preliminary examinations it is then.
Well, yeah.
Sorry, first look.
We'll go and have a look at like everything they're setting up at the back of the house and see if it all looks okay. And then I want to see if like there's any crusty ground like over there. I'm pointing back to where we came from just.
All right. How about whilst we're over there, just to keep up with the play pretend, you just have a look but don't say anything. To keep that air of mystery of how wise and smart you are.
Okay. Sure. So Gorgo's gonna silently go and have an observe.
You look like a wizard of great power and mystery. Because all the great wizards are like that.
Are they? Some of the wizards we've met have been like they talk a lot.
How many wizards have we actually met? Actual wizards.
A lot. I think. Yeah, a lot. We've met a lot of people who do magic.
No. That's people who do magic, not wizards.
Oh. Oh. You maybe?
And they always have that air of mystery about them. Like they know more than they're saying because they are so smart. And it helps that they don't speak unless they feel it is truly needed.
Okay. So, you want me to, like, go over there and just not say anything?
No, just stand around looking important and inspecting things, but...
Okay. So Gorgor will like try and like pigeon chest himself a little bit, and like he puts his arms to his sides and like, you know, he tries to awkwardly shuffle himself into a bit of a better position as he goes to where they're setting up the wedding to start rifling through.
Can I, while looking around, can I just kind of just like emulate me and kind of just hidden away so they can't actually see me, hidden behind Gorgor, kind of just show him how to act, and then Gorgor can just copy.
So basically, you're just gonna be a puppet master at this point.
I mean, I'm a bard, so...
So yeah, I will mimic the way Flynn suggests Gorgor like holds himself and stuff, and like I said, yeah, silently now, going to go and inspect, quote marks, all of the stuff that they're doing where Flynn pointed out.
Yeah.
And if anybody speaks to him, he will refuse to answer them because he's not speaking.
And then I will do the speaking on his behalf. And then be mentally telling him he's doing a great job.
Oh god, I just thought about how funny that would be.
What?
If you used your telepathy
To what? Speak?
to speak for Gorgor.
Oh god.
Actually, that would be...
Gorgor walks up to somebody, stoically says nothing, and then Flynn starts saying like, "Ah, yes, hello, mortal.
I am
It is me,
Gorgor." Oh god.
Oh my god.
Actually, that is actually kind of a good idea, though. That is actually low key. That is a good idea.
I don't like to seed ideas for you guys normally, but that was
no.
just like the way you guys explained what you were doing. That was just my brain instantly.
All it was he was just going to speak and be like, "This is Gorgor." Like he keeps his thoughts to himself. But I actually think that idea is actually really fucking cool.
Yeah, I think like I have a conversation, then every so often, like and then like Gorgor will speak, and that'll be him just kind of just.
And you just quickly telepathy say to me, "Look him in the eyes. Look him in the eyes." Just so it actually looks like
eyes for just a moment.
Yeah, and then you do the talking, but I'm looking at him, so like he thinks he's talking with me.
We turned Gorgor into a bloody ventriloquist dummy.
The thing is, I always imagine he's like a mouth breather as well, so he's just like doing this like heavy mouth breathing, like watching you, not speaking.
I think everybody's a fucking mouth breathing fuck. But no, come on, I'm excited to hear how this shit goes down now. I'm gonna put my fan on.
Oh. Now I get to talk for two members of the party.
Oh my god.
Ready? Action.
Go.
I will say a lot of the people working are working, and as such are they're like, "Oh, this guy is dressed fancy. I'm not going to bother."
Yeah.
Beyond just like, "Excuse me," going through like
I'd imagine there's
not a lot of guests here yet.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's probably more gonna be because I'm getting in the way, and people probably make idle conversation while they're working if they choose to.
Mm-hmm. Well, I kind of I think it'll be one of those things if I just kind of like Gorgor does the inspection and I just kind of push them away for a moment unless someone comes over.
Yeah, and if they've got like bouquets of flowers that they've cut in buckets of water and stuff, I'll like kind of flourish them and make them perk up a bit, like as he's been doing with the garden and stuff. Because again, although it's a nice gesture, like outwardly, to Gorgor it's practice and it's fun.
Yeah.
But the byproduct of practice and fun is he looks like he's doing a really nice thing.
Yes.
He's not meaning it is, I should probably do that because they'll probably appreciate it. It's just, oh, those flowers look a bit sad. Whoosh. There we go. That's better. All better. Job's done.
And again, with the whole looking silent and just looking wise thing.
And then just making all these flowers just like rise, rise.
Roll me investigation.
I was gonna say,
with advantage.
Yeah, because anything, I'd imagine anything that like sticks out as odd, Google would know. Stephen O'Neill's only ferreting 6.
Jesus.
6 or a 1.
Okay.
I tell you, it is painful sometimes having a super dumb stat, but it is entertaining at the same time. Because the thing is, Gorgor is not built for this, but he does this anyway. You know why? Because he's too dumb to realize he shouldn't be doing it.
He's just very hands-on, and he likes to learn. He just...
He's a tactile learner, is what we'll say.
Which is why which is why he's struggling so much as a visual thing.
Gorgor does get a lot of information. The problem is that a lot of the information is kind of like chaotically informed. It's like he gets a lot of raw information numerically, but it's like he's focused on the flowers, he's focused on the tent, he's focused on the dirt, he's focused on the flowers, he's focused on the people, he's focused on whatever Flynn is telling him in his head. So he's getting all of this information that he's just kind of like struggling to filter through. There's just a ton of noise, effectively. Yeah, like the tent seems well set up. The grass does seem, you know, a bit more burnt out here, a little bit more scorched, a little bit more dried.
It's actually worse here.
The further you get away from the house.
No, but this...
Especially going towards the southeast.
Yeah, but this... oh, so it's only that... Because it's alright, because we said we were at the, like, with the gazebo and shit now. I thought you were saying it was...
Well, the gazebo's where the tea was. I thought you guys were going more towards the wedding itself stuff.
Yeah. That's what I meant. So it's actually worse.
It's not right out in the backyard. Yeah, it's a little ways away from the house.
Ew, that's not good.
Not far. It's far enough away where it's not.
Yeah, it's alright. I just assumed, like, I just misunderstood, and like, but the point is where the wedding is going to be. The grass is even worse than the first bit he saw. Yeah, that's not good.
And like, it's not centralized on here. Like, it's worse even further beyond. But
yeah.
It's like a 3 to 5 minute walk from the house distance-wise.
I'll kind of just like point at it and look at Flynn and just like...
See you. Quite interesting.
And then outside and around the tent, there's a lot of just like staging grounds. Like, there's just a ton of tables that they're like setting up some more dried foods, longer preserved foods. Setting up stuff, just getting ready, just so that they don't have to run back to the house and then back to the wedding reception every time somebody wants like a glass of water or something.
And I'm assuming when I try to rejuvenate some of the grass, I get this similar, if not slightly less results because it's worse here.
Yeah, like you do get a little bit. It's just kind of like it helps, but it's resistance. Like, you're fighting an uphill battle. It's not just, oh, flower pretty. It's like, it's kind of taking some work to get this to even, like, respectable levels of green.
And like I said, I'd imagine, like, comparative to the first bit we saw, it's even harder. So after, like, Gorgor, like, Gorgor's going to ignore the grass for now, and we'll, like, focus on, like, all the shit that they're doing, and then afterwards, Gorgor's going to try to track the grass as best as he can and see if he can kind of like follow the trail of where it's getting shittier and shittier. All silent. But yeah, so after he's done like inspecting the tents and stuff, then he's going to basically try and see if he can follow where it's getting worse and worse and worse to a point where he can maybe find out what the fuck. And this is just his curiosity at this point.
I should say, just looking further ahead, like along that track, like how much worse does it get looking further out?
It kind of just slowly becomes like hard, dirty, patchy. Like just hard, firm dirt. There's a couple trees that look a little bit more withered that Sir Simpinton might remember. You know, if he saw them, he's like, oh yeah, I played in that one. That's the one I fell out of. That's the one I tried to build a treehouse in. And it's not, it doesn't look like something is just, there's not like a straight line trail to follow. It's kind of just like, in general, the further southeast you go in a wide spread, the just less lively the grass looks. So, you know, if Gorgor is just taking a general southeast bent, that's completely fine.
Yeah, because if you can see it's getting worse in one direction, you'll just keep heading to the point it gets to its absolute worst. And hopefully finds whatever's causing it.
I would stop him if he goes like too far, like he's going to go off the grounds and we're going to
Oh, entirely so. He's going to keep going.
Yeah, and for context, you're only about, at this distance, maybe 2 miles away from the lush green forest that you guys were in just the night prior. And too far into the horizon, you do start seeing, like, the mountains creeping up a bit more, becoming a bit more prominent. Like, you're not going to be at the base of the mountains anytime soon, but it's...
I was about to say, so hang on. We're heading in what direction currently? About this way?
Yeah, you guys are currently about... This is where the house is, roughly. You guys are heading about, like, here-ish, maybe?
Okay.
Here to here. Not directly towards the fort, and again, this is very representative.
Yeah.
Like, there's miles and miles around, like... You know, like, you'd be going 20 miles to get to, like, these forts kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that's not happening anytime soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gorgor, if you're just going to keep going in this general direction, roll me a perception check. And Flynn, you may also roll one. Though if you're focusing too much on Gorgor, that is going to be, like, distracted.
That was meant to be a 17, because I forgot to untoggle advantage.
Fine, however.
Okay.
Fine.
Do I need to roll 1? 2.
Sure. I wasn't sure if you tagged along or let them just go off on the search.
I would have done.
Nope.
Yeah.
I was about to say, the
Did I not
Minotaur, the Orc, and the Halfling are just going for a wander.
Did I not come through?
Not yet.
We still got my 27.
Hold on. That's right, refreshing. There we go.
Alright, so Paladin Dave, with your roll, you managed to successfully continue to follow Gorgor and Flinsire.
Very good.
Gorgor, you notice that just wide sweep area, there's no one hard trail to follow.
Yeah.
And at a point, you do hit a point where it's just kind of like, there's no... You kind of end up in the middle of an ocean, figuratively, where it's like, oh, every direction from me is kind of just dead and withered and patchy at this point. Obviously, you could keep going in the straight line that you started tailing, but just...
Yeah, he was going to keep going because like I said, his intention is to maybe find whatever's killing everything. Because it's not good, it could make things worse.
Flynn, as the final roll, while trying to babysit everybody else, you were also paying it more just, like, kind of in that overly doting kind of way. You're trying to make sure that, like, even the inconveniences, like, oh, hey, don't trip over that rock, Gorgor, your shoe's untied, you know, you're paying a lot more detailed attention to, like, your more immediate surroundings, while Gorgor's more focused on, like, the horizon.
Yep.
And you do notice a few smaller creatures, laid dead across the ground. Not in any, like, pile or anything, just, like, you saw, like, one dead animal, and you're just like, oh, that's kind of unfortunate. And you saw the second one, you're like, okay. And you're noticing it's not just, like, dead and withered here, like, everything is abandoned. There are an unusually high number of animal carcass. Not in any one path either, just kind of in a much higher density than you would anticipate. Like, especially, like, logically a withered place, people might just, like, move to other hunting grounds. So to see, like, small and even, like, mildly medium game just kind of, like, flopped over in the middle of this very dry, dirty field, it's like, there's not much reason for them to even be here, really. And that sets off some sort of red flags in your brain, at the very least.
I would say we should probably have a look into what's causing these creatures to die, whether or not it looks like, I do not know if it's dehydration or something from the heat, or perhaps some sort of effect.
It might be whatever is killing like all the plants too, maybe.
So we should probably go and have a look at one of the.
Also, that means be careful because it could probably kill us too.
Sure.
If it can kill grass and squirrels, then it can kill us.
I'll point towards whatever in the medium-sized creatures that you'd think is like. Let's have a look at that and see what it's.
Okay.
You notice the biggest one you notice is a pronghorn. Which is just a type of like deer, stag, goat kind of creature.
Okay.
That's probably the biggest game that you see. And it is a normally like prairie dwelling esque creature, a little bit further from forests where you might see like deer and elk. This is a bit more of like a field variant. And very, very unusually, while the thing is a little decayed a tiny bit, it looks almost mummified. It doesn't look like something like knocked it over and started feasting on it. It just looks like it just fell over, drained dry.
Like husky.
Yeah. It looks a little withered. It looks a little, like, dehydrated. It looks a little, just like the thing fell over and just it's been laying there since.
Does it look like it's a long process that it's gone through, or does it look like a very rapid thing that's happened?
Medicine check, which I will just let you do at advantage, presuming
Google will help you. It's alright then.
Gorgor plus Paladin Dave amounts to helping.
It's alright then. As Michael just went, does he? All my mind was look like a bitch. I couldn't get it in my head.
Okay.
The fucking Pulp Fiction come out in me then.
Oh yeah.
You can't pin down how quickly this has happened, but it definitely doesn't seem like natural causes. Like, the creature doesn't seem dehydrated, the creature seems drained.
Can I get any kind of magic reading off of it, or?
You do not detect any strong arcane magics from the creature's body.
Do I find any kind of remnant to it, or?
That's gonna be an arcana roll. Something supernatural likely did this, but there's no spell that comes to your mind that just someone cast a remove blood spell or something. Like, there's nothing specific like that that you can conjure to mind, but it doesn't seem... It seems overly thorough. At the very least.
Interesting. Well, I'd imagine something is doing this. Perhaps we try and look to see... Well, shall we try and pull our efforts to see if we can't spot where this might be coming from?
Well, yeah, that's why I came out here. Like, I was trying to see if we can...
From here to see what direction.
Yeah. I'm gonna climb a tree.
Alright, you climb the very same tree that Sir Simpinton fell out of years ago.
Yeah, because if
how far back is that?
if I go high enough, like maybe I can see better. Wait, why does this tree say simp plus glass and a heart around it?
Not for us to ask questions.
Okay.
Roll athletics to climb tree.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy enough, easy enough. It's
a tree and you are strong.
yeah.
It is tree. I am strong. This is easy.
Once you get to the top of it, roll me your perception check without advantage as you climbed the tree alone. So you do have some direction. Go ahead.
I would say I would also agree having another look around, see if I can't spot anything from the ground.
Fair enough. Roll me one as well. Gorgor, you don't really notice anything. It seems just like a wide space of... It just seems like a wide space of land. There's a lot of just empty space around.
Yeah, because the hope was maybe being higher up you could see more of a gradient change or something, I don't know.
Flynn, roll me a wisdom saving throw.
You will get a +3. So I'm
Okay.
going to be close to him.
Okay, good. Well,
Nice.
You start getting chills. You're not feared, but you're very just discomforted. Like that just creeping sensation at the back of your mind that something feels wrong and you cannot pin it down. And the more you think about the fact that something is wrong and you can't pin it down, it kind of builds that anxiety in you of like, but what is it?
mhm.
You don't seem to spot any specifics with your perception check. Like, you don't see any, like, anything on the horizon. But you do notice that, very strangely, despite the fact that the sun is only nearing top of the sky at the moment, we're only, fast approaching noon, 1 p.m. territory. The sunset looks surprisingly red, considering the sun isn't setting. Like, the horizon where the sun would set hours from now seems to have a red glow about it.
Okay. Right, I don't know what to make of the fact that the sun's high in the sky, but still making that sunset.
Do I see the sunsetty stuff that he's seeing, or is that just him thinking?
Once pointed out, like, you kind of blown it off in your head. You're like, yeah, as the sun starts setting, the sky gets a bit redder, a bit more orange. But now that your attention's been drawn to it, you do notice that there is a blood red crimson glow to the southeastern horizon.
That's weird. Do we want to go and have a look? Or, like, if it's red over there, then that maybe means, like, that's the thing?
Is it safe? Do we need the others, maybe? Like, could it be
I would
dangerous?
say Flynn, if Flynn were to be the deciding vote, Flynn would definitely at least be leaning in favor of, hey, maybe we should fall back a bit. Like, how he parses that fear beyond that is him. Just, it's
I think this
it's
is
uncomfortable and you don't like it.
I think this is something that if we do, we should probably get everyone else and maybe find out more information from the house first.
Well, why? We're already, like, so far out here, so why don't we just, like, carry on?
Because there might be more information that we need, and they might know something more at the house.
Well, yeah, but, like, why don't we just go and, like, continue and, like, find everything we can, and then we can go back and talk to them, rather than going back now, coming back, going back, coming
Are you
back.
focusing on the horizon any, by the way? Not that it's been pointed out to you.
I did when I was in the tree, but I'd imagine I'm going to be climbing down soon. But no, while I'm talking...
Okay, you're still in the tree, yeah.
Well, I'm going to be climbing down, so...
Yeah.
While I'm, like, shouting it and talking to Flynn, no, but, like, when he pointed it out, I would have.
Yeah, roll me a wisdom check as well.
Could have been
Or
doing the
wisdom
same
save.
by now, I think.
Yes.
And if you're up a tree, you're...
I wouldn't have your +3, unfortunately. Not,
Yeah.
not for a little bit. Because this would have been procced while I was
Yeah.
in the top.
Yeah, you two are both just kind of like... You do find it a little weird you're not quite as unnerved due to potentially, lack of familiarity where you don't know that something is supposed to be unsettling, or maybe you're just not unsettled by it. But either way, you guys aren't really as uncomfortable with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to go back and get people, Flynn, you can.
Yeah, I am on that side as well.
Okay. I mean, it's a little weird, but, like, I want to carry on.
Yeah. But he's not going to go anywhere. We can just come back to it after.
Well, no, if you two want to go back, you can. I will continue like looking and seeing what we can like find, because if we can find something and then we can go back and tell people what we found, they could probably give us an answer to fix it rather than us going back and getting them and coming all the way back and finding something to then go back and ask them to then come back and fix it. That just seems like a lot.
Fair enough. Whatever you choose to do.
But like I said, if you want to go, it's okay. Like I'll be fine. It's only like grass and trees and all the animals dead, so there's nothing to cause me problems.
You are not hard feared. You may absolutely continue to escort Gorgor if you wish. I just gave you the unsettling information. But also, yes, final decision is in your characters, is all I mean. I would never hard force somebody to abandon or not abandon the party.
If we need to follow, then we follow.
Well, it's more a case of the point is you haven't got to follow Gorgor. You can go back if you feel your character would, is what Ash was saying.
Either side.
I think the fear there, definitely the case of would want to go back, but if Gorgor decides to go forward, his probable got to keep an eye on Gorgor would make him follow.
Okay.
So if the two of you decide, like, if either of the two of you decided to go forward, he would follow to make sure that you're okay, but he wouldn't put forward to go.
Yeah, no, Gorgor's... Although he has that minor feeling, like, he's almost oblivious to it at this point because... Gorgor. it's just Gorgor.
I would say once every minute or two you would get another saving throw against it.
Right. Well, yeah, because
against fear.
Yeah, well, obviously Gorgor's going to be taking his time.
Shall I do another one then?
Yes. You guys have already passed. Yeah, that's enough to pass, especially with the additional +3 on top.
Yeah. So, yeah.
You eventually get accommodated to it. Like, it does pass a little bit. You're a little bit less sickened to your stomach, though it is still disturbing. And I'm going to leave you guys on your adventure for a minute while we cut back to Lovey and Simpinton.
Okay.
Lovey, it is tea time. Presuming you are still here.
Yeah, I'm still here, sorry.
You're good.
Fine. Yay!
While the three of your party are off on their adventure, you've spent the last little bit getting ready, making sure you're all set, getting there a little bit early.
Trying to remember how this is done, all that jazz.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're not the first to arrive, but you're definitely far from the last to arrive.
Mm-hmm.
And
so there's we turn up then, it wasn't just a... Okay,
yeah, it's like 5 people.
Okay, cool.
The table is set with, well, you guys had, little bagel sandwiches earlier this morning. The table's set far more with a little bit more sugar to it. There's proper pastries, there's more donut instead of bagel. There's a few little different coffee cakes, stuff like that.
Little sweet treats.
Little sweet treats. Pot in the middle. Yeah.
Proper afternoon tea.
And they're dressed nicely. Based on how they're dressed, you could maybe infer that they might be changing between now and the wedding. Like, they're dressed nicely, but there's different, layers of formality and stuff.
Yeah.
This is very much like day wear. This is very much like sundresses.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, welcome. Please, yes, have a seat. Everyone else will be joining us shortly.
Brilliant, thank you.
Make
Just
yourself at
kind of
home. The cups are already filled just a little bit.
Yeah, she doesn't touch any until anybody else does,
Yeah.
knowing that we have to wait for the hostess. It's all, fancy lady shenanigans.
Eventually, Shirelle does arrive with another lovely lady in tow with her.
Hello. I wasn't quite sure if it was here. Secunda showed me earlier.
What's going on in the background? Everything good?
I think it might be Danny.
TV, probably.
Makes sense.
I got both headphones on, so I don't hear it.
Fair enough, fair enough. But accompanying Lady Shirelle is a tall, auburn-haired and auburn-skinned lady with a few leaves about her hair, dressed incredibly nicely. Again, still, like, she makes it look casual despite, but she looks very beautiful, like, easily one of the prettiest that you've encountered.
Mm-hmm.
And she is, at any basic glance, easily identifiable as an Eldrin, though she's dressed far more city than nature. That you can still see the nature about her appearance.
Yeah.
But they seem to be fast approaching. She is dressed very nicely as well.
Mm-hmm.
But they're fast approaching. One of the servants made sure that you had, like, a glass of water alongside your tea in case you needed, like, a palate cleanser.
Oh yeah, she's been sipping it. Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. It was more just catching
know.
us off guard a little bit.
I know. Sorry, it's like I said. It's not coming through on stream. It's a Discord. Doesn't
Yeah.
have the settings I need.
Yeah. Yeah, so they do make their way over, and Lady Shaw finally sits down and introduces you. Oh, yes, Yulissa, this is Secundus's close personal friend? Companion?
Yeah. Companion, I think.
This is Lady Yulissa of Luster, a third daughter of the king.
Pleasure to meet you. And she'll kind of do a little curtsy. A little bit surprised. I was just saying what a beautiful home you have, Lady Shirelle, and it's delightful as well. Congratulations on your happy day.
Yes, thank you.
What was her name
Just-
again? Alyssa? I've instantly forgotten
Yulissa?
it.
Let me-
Yulissa. Yeah, but congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Jade is lovely. Always working hard for the people. It was love at first sight.
How romantic. I'm so sorry. Maybe I should introduce myself. I know you introduced me as Secundus's companion, but I am Luddy. Luddy? Lovey. I'm sorry, I'm a little embarrassed. You can prepare as much as you can do to meet someone still a bit nerve-wracking. Want to make a good impression. You can understand.
Are you alright, dear? Do you need anything? Are you...
Perfectly fine. It means a lot to me, honestly, and you've been very accommodating thus far. Thank you. Quite a lot.
Sit, drink, everyone. Get comfy, get comfortable, do whatever you need. There's cakes, there's pastries, there's tea, we have sugar if you need it.
Delightful. Thank you.
And let me tell you a few embarrassing stories about Secundus's childhood. I tell you some about Shade, but I don't think I remember any.
Really? It seems like Chade is almost too perfect. I do like
Oh,
him.
isn't he? Isn't he just a dear? Isn't he just a doll?
Oh, I haven't had the fortune of meeting him myself, but if he's anything like Secundus, I'm sure we'll get on famously. Yeah.
They're quite different boys, though they're both lovely in their own ways. Especially now that Secundus has grown up a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh, please, I'm dying to know. What was he like?
Oh, he's always flitted from obsession to obsession. And as a child, it was endearing to watch him be so passionate about so many different things, though as he grew older, his passions grew more complex, more confusing, harder to understand.
Nothing to do. Do you understand?
I think that's one of the things I like about him is just how passionate he can be. I'm sure you can understand, Lady Yelissa. Chade must be the same.
Oh, yes, he's very.
Oh, honestly, I think it was a little less of love at first sight for Secundus and myself. I mean, I'd love to hear the story of how you and, your husband-to-be met.
Of course. I was with my sisters in the throne room, tending court as we do, and, father was... Well, Shade's not uncommon to see in court. It's... When you do so much, it becomes almost scheduled to hand him medals. It's almost more of a formality, almost more of just a weekly occurrence to just have him in court speaking with father. And just something about him with the way the light hit him. He's just my world.
Really true love at first sight. Maybe we can all hope for such a happy union that you two share.
Yes, that would be fantastic. I'm very excited for later tonight. Hopefully everything goes perfectly. I can't imagine what could go wrong.
Me neither. So, those stories about Secundus.
Lovey, please add to your inventory 2 embarrassing stories about Sir Simpinton. To do with as you please.
Thank you. Oh God, okay, 2 stories. I've got such a random amount of weird things. 2 embarrassing stories regarding Sir Simpinton.
And then pivoting from there, we are going to touch on Secundus himself.
Hello.
At this point, you've been with your father for a minute as you guys have been talking and walking. Eventually, you guys do encounter Chade, who you're very familiar with the appearance of, but the rest of the party isn't quite as much, so if you would like to take that one away.
Yeah, I imagine, Sir Simpinton's this, I think you said, linebacker, quarterback looking person with, long blonde hair, Chade's very much slighter in frame, a little bit shorter, wears glasses, has sort of, short auburn hair. He's not, ugly or unattractive looking, he just looks a little bit more modest, a little bit less, less charismatic looking than Sir Simpinton.
Huh? Okay. We're not there, we don't see. Cool.
But yes, and you are eventually joined by your brother as well. He greets you, he clasps arms. Father, brother, didn't know you were here, brother. good to have you. Good to have you. Hopefully, Mother is taking good care of you as well. I know she stresses dearly sometimes when your name comes up.
Yeah, and I did notice that. She did seem to think I was here for money.
Well, if you ever do need any, please do let me know. I'm always happy to give to the charitable.
No, I am not a charity case. I come into quite a bit of money in my last adventure.
Fantastic news, fantastic news. Of course, you've always had a good head about your shoulders when you point it in the right direction.
So people say.
Yes, are you here by coincidence? Are you here by... Happy to have you here on this day, of course. I'm just a little surprised we hadn't heard from you in a few days, weeks. Who can count, really? Who can count?
Yeah,
But
it's about 3 to 6 months. I think we were heading to Luster, and we were of two ways where we should stop by or not. And then the guards on the bridge told me you were getting married, so I thought, I'd come and be part of it.
yes, that has been a bit of the talk of the town, which I'm flattered, of course, though I do think there are more important things the townsfolk should be focused on than just another wedding between two lovebirds. But if it brings them joy, it brings them joy.
Yes, father seems very ecstatic about you marrying into the royal family, I must admit.
Oh, well, I mean, she's very lovely, and I'm just happy to be with her, family or not.
So how did you, get her attention then? How did you talk to her?
Well, it's hard to describe. I'm sure you've felt it more than once in your life, but we simply locked eyes, and the moment we locked eyes, it almost felt like it had always been. And, of course, after a few nights of consideration and making sure that I'd fully processed everything I'd encountered, I asked her father if I might begin to court her, of course.
Yes, of course.
As fun as it can be to sappily sing love songs outside of her window, I was a little too afraid of that guard of theirs. Didn't want to have to, cause any problems, but... all worked out for the best in the end.
Sounds like it.
Please, tell me more of your adventures. Where you've been afield, you've been busy, I hope.
Yes, I've brought my companion Lovey, and I met a band of mercenaries led by a wizard called Gregor, who is now in my service.
Oh, yeah. I forgot.
You're like 4 miles away.
I still hear you, damn it.
What?
Just echoes over the sunset.
Shout from.
It's like as we're walking through the forest, Gorgon just freezes and looks back. I am being summoned.
Gorgon learns to teleport just so he can answer when someone says his name. You summoned me.
I think that was the wind. Quite blustery of late. Yeah, so he's you'll see him. He's very eccentric, but it's good to have a wizard in your adventuring party. I guess that's what I'm leading now. It's an adventuring party.
That's one way to go about it. Oh, hopefully you do settle down once you've made a name for yourself, of course.
Yes, I said I would. Yes. Well, I'm currently with Lovey at the moment, but we'll see how that goes. You know how it is.
Just hold on to her. You wouldn't wanna stress your old man.
No, this is true.
I'm loving reading chat at the moment. It is entertaining.
Um,
I just glance over and I'm like, I don't know what problems I'm causing, but I'm happy I'm causing them.
I think between the both of us, we've made a really unsettling environment for him because nothing's going wrong, right?
No,
as of
no,
now.
no. Just to clarify my thoughts. It's just the conversations with Lovey and stuff. It almost seems like he can literally swing his dick in the middle of the town square and get a medal for it. He can't do no wrong. To a point, it's suspicious. Do you know what I mean? To the point that it reads to me as, and this is what I'm saying, it's a player thought, that it's almost like maybe he's mind fucking with people, because it just seems too odd that he's found a girl that happens to be a person of not the top one, but you know, he's aimed a little lower, and I think that's strategic. And the fact that how he's just been integrated so seamlessly and perfectly just doesn't seem right to me.
I mean, you're in the wrong town, Daddy, if you're not getting swinging dick medals.
Well, shit.
I think it's the dad. I really think the dad's a sus one. He's manipulating the situation.
To be fair, I didn't really care much, but the opening greeting where it was just like, father, brother, and I wanted to comment dick.
But no, it's just something is screaming at me, mind fuckery somewhere, and it's just immediate.
Would that be the fact that we had to roll wisdom saves?
Well, no, like I'm on about just. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking that's something separate, actually. To be fair, I was actually assuming that was a separate thing.
I just thought this was your first clue the wisdom saves. Oh my god. Just, I seem to think that there might be something messing with our perceptions.
Like I said, I assumed that was just a separate entity. Honestly, like I assumed.
I totally get it. It was more just the sentence itself.
I know. Yeah, like my mind immediately said these are two exclusive issues. Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Anyway, back to your awkward
snapping
conversation. Yeah, I felt I had to clarify. That was all.
Yeah, no, it's alright. I think we were just both laughing at all the conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Now, Secundus.
Oh, you don't want to leave? Oh, I'm so sorry, Ash.
Oh, go ahead.
No, for me, it was just the fact that Dad went, yeah, you don't want, I think you don't want to get rid of her, and I just couldn't imagine his intense stare.
No, that was, I thought that was shade.
Yeah.
Was it shade?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was.
This is also why I'm throwing shade on shade.
Yeah. Oh, shade, buddy.
Right, we got 50 minutes. Let's see if we can find out what the fuck's going on. Okay.
Let's do it.
So the dad clasps your shoulder again, pulls you in a little bit closer. Now, Shade is the fantastic man of the people that he is, and he does a very good job with his role. But I do think, we all know, your role has always been a little bit different in the family. While he is a bit more of the face, you are a bit more of the protector.
Yes.
You know, he takes the initiating actions, and you take the responsive actions. Typically, I think would be a good way to describe your roles in the family, in the country, even.
Yes.
Now, the one thing I will always give you credit for was you were the better hunter.
That's true. Okay. Yes. I mean, Shade would like sometimes come up with like the idea or direction, but like I could throw a spear and catch something quite quickly. Yes.
Oh, absolutely. Like, he is not to belittle him in any way. Just I'm giving you your credit where it's due at the very least. On the topic of, while we've not had any problems threaten Luster in generations, I'm a little worried that there might be something threatening us who protect Luster.
So,
Countryside has just been weird lately, because we we go on patrols on the regular, maybe every, few days, maybe every week when we're busier, and animals have just been found fallen over dead, not hunted, not slain, just fallen over dead. The land has been a bit more barren, which, if there were plenty of animals, would make sense, but considering the animals seem to be dying off, it's been strange. It's been strange, and I want to make sure everything tonight goes to plan.
Do you want me to go with my companions and find what's happening before the wedding tonight?
I would hate for you to miss the wedding, of course, and I wouldn't send you out afield across the night and risk you missing the wedding, of course, but especially if they're a band of mercenaries, if anything did happen tonight, I would want to make sure that your brother here and his lovely bride-to-be were protected, of course.
Oh, I see. So we keep an eye out for do security for the wedding.
Maybe just keep your head on the swivel
Yes.
while you attend.
Yes. And then we could always ride out tomorrow to have a look. I must admit, when we have been adventuring, the land not being as it was seems to have happened in a few places by different means. Seems odd, troubling.
Typically, we would blame bad crop harvests, bad land on the gods as a warning or as a punishment, but it's been strange times, and I would hate for you to be caught unawares. Maybe wear your blade ceremonially, of course, tonight.
Yes.
Maybe have your companions wait outside tonight.
By all means. I mean, yes.
That's all, of course, and I'm still happy to have you here. I am thrilled that you've come back when you have. I simply thought I should at the very least let you know if anything were to happen.
Yes. Yes, I mean, yes, they are honed for combat, so it'll probably excite them, if anything, if there's the fear of something happening.
Yes, I would just hate for anything to happen to either of my two boys here.
I guess I'll forego the plate, but I'll bring my glaive, yes.
Good. Fantastic. Anyway, as you were, lovely to have you here. Lovely to bump into you. Lovely that you've arrived at this time. Very much appreciated.
It's definitely fortuitous timing. Can I do an insight check?
Sure.
Fine, I fucking like.
Well, it's not going to be the thing you want it to be for either.
Somebody needs to.
Is there genuinely a threat like tonight, or is he just trying to get my weird friends out of the way?
Show me insight.
Show me the money. 1, 2.
Oh, it hadn't come
3.
through yet on my end, but yeah. A bit of both. Like, he doesn't know your weird friends enough to know to be trying to get rid of them, but, like, he knows you well enough where, like, if you've brought people home, he does seem concerned about the animals, like, just randomly falling over dead, the land being a bit drier, but he's also equally worried about the fact that his strange son, who's been missing for 6 months, has turned up on the wedding day when there's all this politic behind the wedding.
Right, okay, so he's just trying to manage the situation, and
He's seeing two problems, and he's seeing a solution to both of the problems at the same time.
yeah. Okay.
It's like, if the land weren't threatened, he might still ask you to, just keep an eye out, but he's actually concerned as well.
Mhm.
But yeah, and he does kind of just leave you there to go about your day, go about your business. Anything else you wanted to ask of him or your brother before?
Yeah, I think it's all a pretty awkward situation, so he's happy to sort of move on. Obviously, he'll do like the same sort of planned routine about like, oh, I met Lovey, like fighting this angel, and like hit it off kind of thing. If you ask about, obviously they'll probably ask about that, and yeah.
You would like vivid detail in this conversation. Ben. Regale us the
I
tale.
feel like I've role played it twice already.
Regale us the tale, dear boy.
I'm about to say, your
For those in
family
the back.
I'm about to say, your family does not care about
You.
the amount of times well, that too, but the amount of times they've repeated the same story to you and to us. So show them the same courtesy and brag.
Yeah, you'd obviously brag and say, "Oh, I met Lovey," and and she's like an interest. She's very interesting and caring, and you'll just be like, but he's not used to success, so he's just he's trying to figure that out, and he knows it's fake success, so it's a bit awkward, but he gets through it.
Yeah, roll me a charisma check.
I will. I don't know why my roll D&D Beyond is not coming through to roll 20 tonight.
Yeah, because we're not
just
seeing
reload the when we rolled but when I reloaded D&D Beyond, it started working again.
Well, that's 8.
You're making the best that you can of the situation. Like, there's not really anything to make them suspicious of your success other than just your prior personality.
Yeah.
But they're not scrutinizing you heavily. They're just kind of like, okay, maybe he's elaborating a little, maybe he's a little
Nervous, yeah. Oh, that's come through now. Okay.
Yep.
That was another roll. Yeah, okay.
And cutting back to our party out and about adventuring at the moment. Our band of half a band of adventurers.
Well, I mean, they're both tall enough to make up a bit, so they make up for my lack of height.
Yeah. This is
Two and a
this.
half men joke here.
I was literally just about to say it's actually 2.5 men. Fucking
Oh,
dick!
God.
You beat me to it by a. that was bullshit.
But yeah, you want me I'll roll me perception checks as you are walking just in this direction kind of aimlessly.
Oh, I don't know. I'm a rolling. Hold on. Perception.
No, roll the dice, not yourself.
7.
Flynn is killing it on perception checks today.
I know.
I hope you're excited to be the reason the party might survive this.
Yay! I also have Dimension Door, so I can take at least one person with me.
Ooh, unfortunately, Paladin Dave came along with you.
Ah!
Yeah, I'm helping.
I'd say I'll take him back. Gorgo can handle it.
Oh.
I mean, this will be, if it happens, it'll be the only TPK that's happened that like 2 of the people are having scones. Like,
You two have a tea party and a hunting trip, and we're just there like.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are making good progress across the land. I mean, and in fairness, as far as your mental timekeeping goes, you guys have plenty of time on the clock, so, like, it was only noon last you checked, though the sun seems dimmer. It's still in the sky. It hasn't really gone anywhere. it seems dimmer,
Right.
and the sky seems redder across just the entirety of it. And you do notice, at the very least, the sky getting redder. You do notice that it's gone from like, oh, there's a cute sunset over there, to just, the sky is red.
Yeah.
It seems almost burning across the sky, and it's not just that it's just a bit more color red to it, it is... Welcome back.
Oh yeah, clicked off.
Yeah. As well as just being a bit redder, a bit brighter, the sky is getting just dimmer as well.
Like unnaturally so, or is this just it's getting late?
Visibly, it seems as if it's getting late, but you are getting late evening levels of sunlight while the sun is still just a big ball of fire right overhead.
Right.
You Star Wars-esque. I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
And on that note, does everyone in the party have low light vision?
Yes.
I don't think I do.
What was that, Flynn?
Yep. I got
Good,
goggles
good.
for this. I got the goggles for this precise reason.
Fantastic. Just double checking. Welcome back, Levy.
We're about to die.
And as you guys are just trying to get your bearings, trying to figure out the strangeness of the situation, Flynn, you managed to get out one singular word before initiative is rolled. And you managed to save your companions a surprise round with that one word. As you all hear an unnatural, rather than a deep guttural roar echoing across the horizon, this is almost a screech. This is a loud, shrill, ear-piercing screech of a roar that just echoes hollowly through your bones.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, you guys have at least acclimatized yourself to the fear. But that doesn't make it any less just chilling to hear and feel just reverberating through you.
Yeah.
As something large swoops right past your heads.
Yep, bros.
Yep, that's right.
I knew it, but I wasn't gonna fucking do anything about it because it's cool.
Flynn's sire was the appropriate adult, so...
Yep. And to be fair, you know how you basically said, don't let Gorgle around the back of the house? Flynn pointed it out. Went, look at all the back of the house cool shit. He started it.
I was told to lead you out the other way.
You were told me you were told me to keep me away from the south side of the house and just stay on the east side. Where is I need a me. Hang on.
It's a me.
There we go. I needed a me to click for thingy. There we go. Ah fuck. There we fuck.
Appropriate.
Beautifully done.
I think we all rolled shit.
Wow, this is this a combat for old people?
Everyone, no, everyone is surprised that we weren't surprised.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it was like, haha, I got you, and then it like the snail from Monsters Inc. where it's like fucking going ham, but it's going nowhere. It's basically that.
Right, let me move you guys over.
Oh yes, please.
We have lost all of our initiative. Oh no.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I can copy it over. Just toss your tokens down.
Well, yeah, because we can just re-jigify what the initiative was anyway. Because I know I was a 3.
Oh,
yep.
Don't leave me alone. Oh, hello.
Ah.
Oh no.
There we go. I jigged it.
There's literally nothing me and Rose can do. Like, nothing.
Let's have your drink and we'll be okay. I hope. Did I get the same?
No,
Oh, I got one less.
Oh, one less. I did the same thing. I got one less than what I was.
Now, you guys are, and ballparky, but you guys are a bit more up here going southward, eastward.
Okay.
Rough positioning. Like, you guys can still scatter a bit from there, just like for map spacing and stuff.
Yeah.
So you're not fighting upward.
Yeah, because I'd imagine
And
I
having
was
swooped
probably
just
at
past
the
you.
front.
Yeah. Having swooped literally just past you with just enough time for Flintshire to tell you to duck.
Ah! That is a
Is
problem.
a large crimson dragon. Red
Jesus
would be
Christ.
an accurate color to describe this thing, though you do not see flames about it at the very least.
Hey, Gogo, I think we found something to bring as a wedding gift.
Fuck yeah.
Now, top of initiative is going to be Paladin Dave at 9. This thing
What?
has just swooped over your heads. As Flynn gave you guys just split second enough time to tell you to duck.
Does it look fast?
Only a little bit. I mean, it moved pretty quickly to swoop over your heads, but
Okay, so running's not an option here, we then really is it.
Is it within range currently, or did it swoop back up?
it landed just. It basically like crash landed, like tried to swoop you guys, hit the ground, and is spinning around to face you guys.
Aha.
Okay. I got something
But it's-
stupid here.
Yeah.
Do you know Chris Pratt in Jurassic Park, well, Jurassic World,
Uh-huh.
where he's like going up with his hands out
Oh,
to
God.
the
Can you just go up with like the weapon ready and?
No.
Okay.
No.
Animal handling.
He's got a plan. He's got a plan.
It probably won't work, but it's worth a try.
He's going to
That's
lose a
right.
hand in a second, but it's okay. Because if it works, he's a genius. If he fails, we die.
It's only one hit, well, miss.
Just do it, dude.
Yeah, so I'll just kind of go to about there. Just kind of carefully approaching him. And then, that'll be my turn. Just gonna just...
So, are you trying an animal handling to calm?
Yeah, I
him
just
down?
want to show like I'm no threat, basically. Looking up there to hurt him.
Okay. Roll me something.
Would it be animal handling, persuasion?
You tell me. Depending on how you're acting towards this creature. What
I'll-
skill are you utilizing in the direction of this creature?
I mean, I'll be treating it more like it's a... I'll say be more handling, I think, the way I'm doing it.
Alright.
Because I'm not treating it like human, I'm just like... treating more like a pet, so...
Yep.
And if it's an intelligent dragon, that's an insult. If it's not,
16?
oh good.
Okay. I acknowledge you're 16.
Oh dear.
Bite. Bite.
Yeah, that is me done.
See, the full outcome, you have to wait till the creature's turn, but
Yeah.
it does not seem to be going well for you.
No.
Flintshire, you're up.
I think you got this. That was bardic inspiration for the paladin.
Mhm.
I think you got this. I think he's probably gonna remain calm for the moment. He says, putting him out of breath weapon attack possible range.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying anything
And-
else?
Nope, a bardic inspiration for him, and then I would probably action to dodge. or be prepared to dodge if an attack comes my way.
Yep,
So,
absolutely.
try.
Gorgor.
Did anybody communicate to Gorgor not to hit it?
Oh, this.
Yes.
When? Because all you did was say to. This is
I was about
why.
to say, I pressed
This
one-
is
one
why I
very much-
prompted you. Is there anything else you want to say?
I was about to say, it's one of those things of, no, I think you've got this, Paladin. I think you've got him calmed down. I think it's all good. If Gorgor tends to think that that means it's friendly, or does not interpret that, that's up to Gorgor.
I was gonna say.
Like, I would put more words in Flynn's mouth than just "you've got this" from a roleplay perspective, just not from a combat perspective, I think is the implication.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because the thing is, you got to remember Gorgor.
I'd say, yes, I think, I think you've got this, Paladin Knave. I think you might be able to calm him down a little bit. Just keep going. Me and Gorgor will be prepared to back you up if he gets hostile.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Because it's alright, because otherwise, Gorgor sees big nasty creature, doesn't get told otherwise, he's going in. That's the problem, but, okay. Gorgor is going to mimic what Flincheye is doing, and he's gonna basically kind of like, yeah, we'll do that. We'll come around the side here, like, see, because it looks like Flincheye is like getting ready to like flank and beat the shit out of him. So like it's kind of like, and I'm gonna hold my action to clobber the shit out of it if it requires it, i.e. if it starts being angry.
Now, Paladin Dave, I have a very important question for you, and I won't
Yep.
leave you on this one no matter how you answer. It's fine. Did you trapeze about in your armor?
What?
What did you say, sorry?
Did you come around in your armor or not?
Because
Yeah.
you guys did arrive to a very
I thought you said about trapped bees. That's why
yes,
I said.
trapeze in your.
But
No, no.
Yeah.
No, I thought you
yeah.
said trapped beans. I was gonna say trapped beans, maybe.
I heard bees.
I'm about to say, I understood that you probably meant trapes, but you said
Yeah.
trapeze, and I was like,
Yeah.
what?
It sounds like a thing he'd do. Yeah, yeah.
He'd just swing around from a load of cables and bars in the sky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
because I
just-
changed into a suit, but when I was kind of told, no,
Not
it's not
yet.
the wedding yet, I kind of didn't change.
Okay, so you were going to change, you didn't. Cool. Completely understandable, completely respectable. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I would say none of us have actually changed yet. That was
No, that apart of, Lovely got doled up and everyone else just was traipsing about, I think.
Completely understandable. Just wanted to make sure before a single die was rolled.
that was fine.
Um,
Nom nom nom.
it does at this point turn around to face towards Pal and Dave. And we are going to find out how attached to that arm he is.
Oh my god. Hopefully
Yay.
a lot.
That's a 17 hit.
That's a miss.
Very good.
Wait.
You successfully dodged
Oh,
fight
shit.
attack.
Nice. I kind of was like, wait, is it? Holy shit.
It then follows up with two swings of its claws in your general direction. That one. That is going to be a 27 and an 18 versus your AC.
Yeah, they both hit, and yep.
Those are going to be smaller hits. It is the bite that you wanted to dodge. I will give you that clue. Double check math. Yeah, that works out. Cool. 12 slashing damage.
Okay. Well, damage.
And do I get my reaction?
If you want, if your reaction was to charge it, then yes.
Well, it was to smack the shit out of it, which by doing so, I am going to cast Magic Missile.
Okay.
Because
Wasn't sure because
Yeah,
distance, but yeah.
no,
That was
yeah.
why you said you want to smack the shit out of it. I'm like, okay, if you want to smack the shit out of it,
yeah, no. I'm
You're
gonna
a bit far away to be smacking.
I'm
shit.
gonna use one of my 6th level spells, Magic Missile.
Oh.
And this is I'm just gonna read the thing because I like reading because they're funny. Because
Yes.
this is a muscle wizard thing, not me making
Yeah.
shit up. When you take the attack action on your turn, you can. Oh wait.
You
Oh,
did
it's a
make
bonus
it.
action thing. Fuck. Never mind. I'm just gonna have to throw a rock or something because that's what I was gonna do anyway.
Yeah.
All it does is the spell quote marks gives me advantage.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make. What I'll do is I'll make it as an unarmed strike because I have Tavern Brawlers, so improvised weapons become
You're
deep.
proficient with throwing shit, so it still works.
Yeah. The room is my quiver and all that. I remember the joke.
Yes.
I already heard. The forest is my
Yes.
quiver this time. I'm going to.
The planet is my quiver.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Magic Missile.
All right,
22.
that does sail true.
So,
He takes.
Is it
Ignore the
magic?
2 rage. He takes 6
Yep.
points of. The fuck you doing to my friend damage?
the fuck you doing, my friend?
The fuck you
Paladin
doing?
Dave, this thing has just tried to bite your arm off and then began clawing at you.
I'm going to get my sword out and give it a smack.
All right. Roll me, give it a smack.
I don't know. Still checking. It's been a while since I hit somebody with Paladin Dave, and I was checking what I have got here. So
Yep.
I don't know if that's just in general or just since the last fight.
I don't need to gain a spell slot just yet. So I was going to do 2 smacks with my lung sword.
Okay.
17.
25.
20. So I looked at the dice. 25.
Oh, yeah, 25 does hit.
I forgot I added things onto it. Hold on. Did I have a shield up? Yes, I did. Okay, that's good to know. And I'm gonna put a level 1 smite into this.
Okay.
So
Make it happen, make it happen.
that's 3 damage to start with.
Any damage to
Then-
start with, but carry on.
Oh, so I'm looking at my dice. Sorry.
Yep.
So then 2d8. Then another 12 divine
Alright.
smite on top. Then my second attack. Yeah, I have 2. Yep.
Yeah.
20
does
to
hit.
hit. Okay.
You got this, Liam. I believe in you.
11 points of damage.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm 1 square away, aren't I? You're 10 foot away.
No, you're touching
no.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, am I? Okay.
It moved about a bit because it was twisted.
Oh, here, let me. There you go.
Okay, thank you.
Perfect.
Oh. Oh shit, it's colossal.
It's a chunky boy.
I mean, I think it's partially because its head just technically eats, like, the tiny bit of the next tile over kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so huge creature kind of thing.
Oh, that's not good. Okay, I think my turn.
No, that's gargantuan, Michael. It's 5 by
Yeah,
5.
it's Oh yeah, no, gargantuan. Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I do also ascribe to the same belief that one of my friends had, where it's like, if you ever looked at how big the giants are in D&D, the giants aren't even giant. Like, they're, like, 15 feet tall instead
Yeah.
of, like, 100 feet tall, and
Yeah.
at least for me, I believe in the fantasy scaling. It's like, no, this is a dragon. This is not a 10-foot tall by 10-foot wide creature. This is
No, that's fine.
a dragon. So not translate scaling 1-to-1 with what you might see in a book. But yeah, Paladin Dave, you put some big slashes into it. You put a smite into it. Flynn, what you doing? Assuming Paladin Dave was done. I wasn't sure if he was going to try
I
and
was
move or
done,
not.
yeah. I was done, so yeah.
That's good. I will look at it, and I think I will do something. I think I will do this. I will cast slow upon the creature,
Nice.
targeting the creature, and it's
Yes. That is a wisdom saving throw. Why are you such a fantastic caster? Please tell me what makes this slow the best slow in the world.
I kind of it's because it's kind of coming in for the strike. It got itself as it's bouncing its head kind of off the. I'm guessing, like, have you got a shield, Liam, or are you?
Over shield, yeah.
Yeah. So as it's kind of gone in to go and take the bite, it's bounced its snout off the nose, taking 2 great swipes at Paladin Dave, and as he's returned those strikes, I've just been able to, in that moment of just distraction of this management fight, just been able to twist the magic to get through under his notice, the dragon's notice at the last moment, to be able to slow it down.
Okay. Anything else with the rest of your turn?
No, I'm good for the moment. Actually, no, I will give a bardic inspiration to Gorgor as well.
Okay.
Right. No, beat the crap out of it, Gorgor.
Go for it, Gorgor.
I'm first gonna rage because this scaly fuck seems a bit of a prick. And I don't like it. The second thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to produce the blue crystals out of my bag that we got before. I'm gonna put them in the palm of my hand. And then I'm gonna run up and I'm going to cast Shatter on him as I basically bitch slap him as hard as I can with the crystals. I didn't set up the damage because I know you said you'd do it as... I just said it as my unarmed strike.
Yeah.
I'm going to do it recklessly as well because I really don't like it.
You're
Sounds good.
recklessly slapping it in the face with glass.
Yes. Yes.
You are glassing it in the face.
I'm glassing a dragon while screaming at it.
That has been slowed.
Yep.
Roll to hit.
So
Or roll your damage, rather.
it's got even more time to figure out that hurts.
That's 10 damage based off the D4 normal. Oh, fucking hell, I max rolled it. Holy shit.
You enter the dragon, then take 7 piercing damage on top of that, which you are raging.
Is it 4 or 3 for me?
3.
Okay. And then obviously I'm going to get rid of the crystals out of my bag because they're now here, there, and everywhere. And yeah. I knew they'd come in handy one day.
Anything further? Do you have another punch? Do you have another?
I do, yeah. As kind of like shake the hand. Oh, I hurt you more, you fuck. I'm gonna then punch him as I'm going to cast Sleep. 23.
Glass and sleep.
23 does still hit.
7 more.
Alright, 7 more damage.
Yeah. Just like, like you've got the plate, but you've got the plate paladin, you've got the bard, and then you've got a man in a fucking muumuu slapping glass in people.
Yep.
Like, could you
Anything
imagine
else
that?
with your turn?
No, that is it. It's just an interesting visual. You've got these 2 heroes, and then you've just got a big green bitch in a muumuu just slapping people. It's just, I tell you, I do. The mental images, like, shit could be made art out of this.
It is already art. It's perfect.
No, but we need visual art. I want to see this bitch on paper.
Its neck elongates and stretches out and attempts to attack at Paladin Dave almost like a serpent strike, coming at him from his flank. There's a 13 hit.
That's a miss.
That does seem to be the bulk of its turn, as its wings slowly fold in. And it disappears for a second before reappearing behind you.
Oh no, it isn't. Rather.
It then reaches the end of its turn.
Oh, yes, it is, Liam.
And at this time, it is going to choose to save against that.
Okay, so it's... For the sake of it, it's used a legendary resistance.
Yes.
Okay.
The slow did catch it off guard. The slow did get through. And then it was like, okay, no, this fucking sucks. No, thank you. Paladin Dave, you're up.
Okay. So now that I remember things that I can do,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use my channel divinity to do the vow of enmity.
Yes.
As a bonus action, that'll give me advantage against him for 1 minute. Or until
Alright.
I go
Until
pop.
one of the two of you is dead.
Yes.
Yeah. They're gonna go up to there. And now I get to do the advantage smacks on him.
You do?
18?
18 does hit.
Okay. No smite this time, just going to do it. Yep,
Alright.
so 10 damage.
Still hits.
And 26. I'm gonna put level 1 smites in this again.
Alright.
So I'll just do the 8 damage normally first.
Yep.
Then my 9 smiting damage.
Alright.
And that's the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn, it seems to bite into its own lip almost for a split second before a large caustic spray covers the party. And I need all three of you to roll me charisma saving throws.
Oh,
Uh,
it's an interesting saving.
I think you're about 15 foot away from me, aren't you?
6. Yeah.
Wait, so did you say Christmas, sorry?
Charisma.
Yep. Oh, I'm good at these.
Don't forget, you do have bardic inspirations if people wish to.
Yeah.
implement
I'm gonna save mine, I think.
D8.
Orgor, are you using the Bardic Inspiration on your 6?
Of course I'm not. No.
Alright. I would like to politely ask you to subtract 1d4 from all of your attack rolls until you,
Oh. Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
Bane Breath.
as it casts Bane across the party. Flynn's turn.
Interesting.
Turn up from this class.
Right, I am going to try and. I'm just going to I'm going to fire a crossbow bolt at it as I kind of take a little movement around the side.
Alright, go for it. "23 hits. You guys are rolling fantastically at the very least.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, apart from that one charisma save of mine, everything's been Gucci so far.
Mm-hmm. And I can't inspire anybody else at the moment, so
I mean, you could inspire the dragon.
no,
It's fair as fair.
no. Fair is fair. Technically, I could have tried to insult it. and call it
I mean,
over and
I mean, you could inspire it to bin itself in the nearest ditch.
You can inspire yourself.
say-
You can do nothing, we can just inspire yourself. Just like, I can do this. I believe in me.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck's sake.
Please stop telling the bard to inspire himself, and let's move on.
Yes. Quickly. Gorgor, you're up.
Oh, I fucking am. I am going to run up 5, 10, 15, and shit. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him. I'm gonna recklessly hit him again because I don't like him. I'm
Reckless
going.
spell.
Yeah. I'm going to cast. You know what?
Spell might-
No. I'm going to cast Eye Bite, and I'm gonna try and poke him in the eyes.
Okay.
25, 23.
That's hit.
Yeah. As he takes 8 points of damage, I'm gonna use my bonus action to add a D8 because I'm gonna truly hit him with my true strike. And he
Truly
takes,
strike him in the eye.
yeah, he's gonna take another 5 points of Eye Bite damage.
Alright.
And then I'm gonna
Does he
I'm gonna
need
cast.
to do something?
No,
Or is it just no? I mean, because of a certain ability that's on you at the moment.
on me. It's Bane, isn't it? It's the end of my turn.
Yeah.
Isn't it the end of my turn? I have to roll it.
There is no follow-up saving throws. You're just baned.
No, I meant, isn't it? I can't remember. Is not Bane not a concentration?
Oh, yes, it is. That's fair.
Oh, I just assumed it wasn't because it was an ability.
You know, that's totally fair on that one.
That was just me asking a thing. I didn't.
Yeah,
know. Okay. Can I silvery bobs that, please?
You can.
It's got a +9, Michael. It's only a 10 DC.
I know, but still, it gives advantage to someone then.
Yeah. Still gives advantage wherever you need it.
Well, I've got a second hit coming in anyway, as I'm gonna cast sleep on him now.
16 still succeeds, but yeah.
17.
Advantage to.
I'm gonna throw the inspiration because I'm not sure. Is it D6 at the minute?
D8.
Has it just gone up?
Yeah.
Fucking hell. 18. Oh wait, no, I got a minus D4. Hang on. 17.
17 still misses.
Fuck. Literally, it just soaked up my fucking inspiration, you fuck.
Yeah, I will give myself the advantage because these two have got advantage on attacking everything.
Yep.
But that is me.
Yep.
That is me.
As Paladin Dave continues to actually be the threat to this thing, it attempts to open up with the claw attacks first against him this time.
That's a
With
hit,
2 attacks
and,
at
yeah,
20 and 25.
they both hit you.
17 points of damage into you.
Ooh, okay.
And then now that you're staggered, and now attempts to go in for the bite attack. For 24.
That hits you.
Okay. So it's been very comedic watching you guys play around its breath weapon because
It doesn't have one.
it's the bite.
I just ran straight at it.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, I got 2 melee things. Playing around the breath weapon, it may not have been a case, but it was just like, I don't want to be near these guys if Bernie pain.
No, I agree. I agree. So you take 2d10 plus 4 piercing damage. And
It's a fucking ant.
29 necrotic damage. And your max HP is reduced by 29 as it bites into you, lifts you into the ground, and just begins chugging your blood.
Oh, it's a vampire dragon.
Holy shit! What the fuck?
So that's 41 damage in total.
Yes.
I'm still up.
After the 17 from the claw attacks as well.
And you've just lost some max HP, bud.
Yep. How do I max XP modifier? Minus 20.
Because it's only just
Right.
hit us for the first time, really.
That's the first hit, Rose. Holy shit. It kept missing.
That is the end of its turn. It gets its lunch in, it gets a nice little snack, and, it sits there pretty content with itself.
I love how it's been draining the life out of all of these creatures, but somehow we didn't notice the massive fucking teeth marks in it. In the creatures.
It was a pretty piss-poor medicine check.
Yeah, true.
Because normally when you'd see a body like that, you'd expect, like, the carrion birds to come through and, like, pick it clean. This is just a one bite, gulp, done.
To be fair, I was a little bit thinking when you said something drained its blood. I'm like, oh, good, vampires. And then, oh, God, vampire dragon.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this, Ash. That's a fucking brilliant idea.
Mm-hmm.
Anything's a good idea when you slap a dragon on it.
That is Paladin's Dave turn.
Like, this bad boy can fit so many tropes in it.
Dave, what are you doing?
I'm going to use Mr. Step to go over to buy this rock here.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm going to use Lay on Hands to give myself 35 hit points back.
Okay.
Remember,
Well,
your max HP is still reduced by 30, or 29 rather.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to 30.
Ah, you were at 1.
No, that's 3.
Fantastic.
I can just get people quickly than 5 HP if we need to.
Yep.
30 healing.
So, what was your max HP before it did this?
73. He's now gone down to 44.
Is that the end of your turn?
I'm gonna go another 10 foot, 15 foot this way. That's the end of my turn.
Its wings close in on itself again as it seems to disappear into shadows. And Flip just gone from in front of Gorgor.
Fuck, man, the dragon's tunneling you.
Mm-hmm.
Toxic.
It's found its lunch.
Toxic dragon tunneling. Report.
Flynn, your turn.
I'd say it's after him just because he's a cowman, isn't it?
Don't spoil it.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to. He only wants Dave.
Because
Yeah,
it's a grown cow.
Dave's secretly A5 Wagyu, we just didn't know.
Mate, the calves, they work, man. They're finally tenderized.
Oh, the marbling and Paladin Dave, honestly.
Hmm.
Okay. I will try to slow the creature again.
All right. Uh, 11. It succeeds.
That's 2.
It is.
Bardic Inspiration, Gorgo. Don't let that thing keep running away from you. You know, teach it who's boss. And end of my turn.
Gorgor, show it who's boss.
Yep, I just double reading what the specificities on Bane was, because Gorgor is going to pull out the green beam book, and he's going to vigorously shake the book.
Before you do that, oh no, sorry, yeah, sorry, I'd forgotten when it had last been attacked. So yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to
What do
vigorously.
you think yes. Yeah, because he ran away to heal. That was why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to vigorously shake the book in its direction, trying to replicate what I did as I walk forward. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So this is like as I'm walking forward. Just shaking the book at it, trying to like replicate what I did when I first found the book. And Gorgor is going to cast Ray of Sickness.
Go for it.
As with a negative 2, so 20.
20 does hit.
Yeah. He takes 8 points of poison damage and needs to make a con save or be poisoned. My DC is atrocious, so yeah. My DC is 12.
Well, unless it rolls.
So 25 succeed.
Just. But you know, so you know, he's not poisoned, just a little bit sickly. As I just kind of shake the book in its direction. Work, please. Work, damn you. Why didn't you do this before? And
You
then
fire off a green beam.
And then I open the book, and then it's just and like I've already done the incantation, and just needed to open the book. And it just kind of all fires in. So cool.
Yes. Oops.
All right. Anything else with your turn?
Mm-mm. That's it.
It attempts the coup de grace. It attempts to pounce onto Paladin Dave with its claw attacks. 24 and a 19.
Yeah, about it, yeah.
Oh, I also need to roll that one. Good to know. 15 damage from the 2 claw attacks. And it attempts to drain you dry with its bite attack. 27.
That hits, yeah.
And second plus one. Certain that I think I've got a bit of a numpty. Yeah, I have.
You heard it. Is it 60 foot?
It's a 60-foot range.
Yikes.
I just thought it was too far away.
Alright, you take 14 piercing damage. And 27 necrotic damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
What is your maximum HP at the moment?
It's the 27 that it gets reduced by, right?
Yes, just the 27.
Yeah, because it's whatever the necrotic is.
17.
Okay. You do not owe me a con save, then. And with that, it is just gonna fly off with Dave in its mouth.
Oh my god.
Come along, Paladin Dave. You're my lunch. And that is where we're gonna leave tonight's session.
I've got a feeling that was oddly planned, as if Liam wants to change characters.
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Very sad.
Holy shit, okay then. Fuck. That just felt like the fact that it didn't touch either of us. It was like, okay, maybe Liam's changing character on the sly.
No, this is just, he is a cow, and it is hungry.
Well, you guys did take it to just about half, and I had it where if you guys did half, to avoid you guys having to fight the entire dragon, if you got it to half, it was gonna leave.
That's good.
And you got it to half.
Goody. I do believe, though, I think it may have accidentally brought him back within 60 feet of me.
That was more symbolic of it flies away with him.
Okay.
Like,
So
it's
is that-
flying 80 feet a turn, it's going up and out. It's a jet plane taking off.
Let's say, yeah. Well, if it was within range that I could have hit him with stealing words, that's what would have happened.
Yeah, you would have fired it, but it would have done fuck all.
Oh, it would have woke him up for half a second, which means...
Well, no, because didn't I hear him say he had a 17 max HP and the 27 knocked off? It's instant.
No. Answer.
Oh, 17. I thought...
If his max HP was reduced to 0, I was going to have him roll a con save to not die outright.
Okay, because I was going to say, that's what I thought. I thought I heard he had 17, then 27 was taken off.
No.
Not 17 after. My bad.
17 after everything.
That's fine then, yeah. So
What
it is.
happened? Like, how did you guys think that you were gonna win at the beginning?
It's Gorgor. What do you think? Gorgor
Yeah,
sees...
Gorgon, I can understand.
Gorgor sees thing. Gorgor can punch thing. Gorgor's sound.
About to say, Flintseye was the appropriate adult of that party. Like, if they
Just said,
if
"We
they come
run."
back, yeah, if they come back, then it's Flintseye's fault.
Hey, I'm a hype man. I'm not supposed to make good decisions.
No, but you do have the wisdom of this little cluster.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, the somehow the adult Lovey was like otherwise engaged, and
Well,
maybe we should have had Dave be your partner, because then Lovey would have been the one to say run.
well, wouldn't have said, oh, I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's carry on. Let's keep wandering.
I do have other things. I do have my retreat spell, which is also a quick advance spell if needs be. Oh no, it's fucking off. Oh no, it's fucking off. Google, come here. Boom.
Yeah, but that's still somebody's going to die. if
Dave's
you
dead
not-
regardless. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know. We'll see what happens next time.
Yeah, this is where it takes it back to its lair and it transforms into this sexy woman and it's just like, I only pretended, babe. Our secret's safe. We can be our true selves now. Like, and there's just like this hidden agenda behind the scene.
Oh god, he's been a vampire dragon the entire time. We just never noticed.
It's the vampire minotaur.
It's a Vamtar.
He's the vampire lord.
He's a Vamtar, yeah.
Paladin Dave was the vampire lord all along.
Oh, fuck.
Vampire Lord Dave.
That
The
explains
vampire
a
lords were the
lot.
friends we made along the way.
That explains a lot.
This creature was a bit of a homebrew.
Oh yeah,
but I
Really?
say.
Well, so inspired by in one of the alternate books, the Kaladesh source book,
Yep.
which is one of the other Magic the Gathering settings. They're like, yeah, the dragons, instead of breathing fire, hold the fire breath in their mouth, so their bite attack has it, so it's single targeted, but there's no save against it.
It's not a bad idea.
And I'm like, okay, so like, if that's the mechanical ruling, I'm just going to turn that into a vampire dragon instead of a fire dragon.
Yeah, just swap it to necrotic, give it its ability for the necrotic damage, yeah?
Makes sense.
Yeah, no.
It is literally.
Was
Like-
it still recharge?
Yeah, that was the 6.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
assuming
I-
that's what the
I-
D6 was, yeah.
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 I saw that, but it was just like, oh no, it's still recharge even if it's the case. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, if
it's
it did
still
it on,
recharge,
if it
it's-
did that on every single bite, that would be bullshit. I
Yeah.
assumed it had
Yeah.
recharge out of
When
my
not
sanity.
recharged, it's just 1d6 necrotic, and it doesn't affect your max HP.
I literally thought today's session will just be some silly hijinks. Get to do a little bit of,
The thing
role-playing.
is, I knew this was going to happen, but Gorgor has a childish, like, I'm gonna push the button. I knew, as me, that this was a horrific idea to follow the dark, dying pathway, but Gorgor, in his innocence, was like, well, it's gonna make the grass look bad for the wedding, so let's go and fix it.
Then it got pointed out and like, seriously, guys.
Yeah.
It's like, you've only got yourselves to blame. I'm sorry, but like, I can't take any part of this.
No, like I say,
You leave Gorgor alone, Rose. You leave Gorgor alone. He's a lovely
bro,
boy.
just leave him alone.
Look, literally, if you're about to tell me that's what my character would do, we can't have this discussion.
No. That's not what his character would do. That's what his character did.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just mean it's one of those like it was almost like a perfect storm, but I thought that maybe they'd crash the wedding and we'd have to fight there or something like that.
That was
You guys wander off by yourselves, half the party, and lose somebody.
That's precisely why I was like, let's wander off. Let's go and find the big bad before it can raid the wedding.
That was the mild behind the screen. That was the plan. Was this thing was gonna show up at the wedding? You guys decided you wanted to find it. I'm like, okay, you guys can have a sample. If you get it to half, it'll fly away and come back for the. Oh no. Oh, okay.
We ain't giving up.
Well, it ain't coming back for the wedding now because it's full.
See, we solved the problem.
Aside, I feel bad for Liam. He's just lost his character because you guys went on a little wander.
He didn't
Like-
have to come with.
Now, you don't know that he is dead, and you don't know that he's permanently dead.
Yeah, Rose, so shut up.
Gotta leave some
Sometimes you tell
suspense
people.
for next session.
This is a cliffhanger.
I'm just having fucking tea in
I
a
know.
garden.
Yeah, I know. You haven't had to roll against the poison save yet.
That is a good point.
Poisoning. At the end of the day, they want me to marry their son. I think they're going to be pretty nice to me.
They're going to mold you into this perfect little seen but not heard orc girl.
Oh, no, not at all. Like, when you're talking, like, it seems like they want... Literally, the only bit that they want Lovey to be involved in is the fact that Secundus isn't waxing lyrically about, I don't know, Glacier's hair or something.
That started off so promising. And then he just went, yeah.
It's true, though, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
literally,
no, it
they're
is.
like, oh, you're some Glacier. Sound. Well done, bro. Like, literally, as long as she is feminine shaped, it would have been fine. Like,
Or just shaped like a human. I think they'd
Well,
even sell for human. Or at least humanoid, I should say.
humanoid. I got what you meant.
Yeah,
Danny.
the problem is, it's such a fucking easy thing to do. Like, most people fucking do it. When you refer to human, you mean player races.
Yeah.
Such a
I hope
fucking
you guys
easy
at least
slip.
enjoyed the session.
Oh, I
Oh,
did. It was
it's fun.
great. Liam's now
Well,
gonna go and have a
like-
cry.
I know. You're
Oh,
right,
you like-
Liam.
Yeah.
God, that's a
We will
no.
talk once the camera's off.
Yes,
Yeah,
which
that's
actually,
one of the
on that
things.
note, I'm gonna stop the recording. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.